he was definitely imposing his influence over me. so he brings out a whiskey and just taking that first sip. There are moments in your life where you feel your brain chemistry changing. That was one of those moments. And now I am chasing that high again.
No.
See, I was when
Hope you find it.
When I first saw this 3x3 and I saw the Barn documentary and then I saw whiskey, I was like,
Yeah,
oh
that
god,
makes
is this like Garnt's like tortured poet's demise? Like he's like, I just started drinking trying to get through this work.
That's how we know he's going to make the most fire shit.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host for today, Garnt. I don't know why I grabbed Mr. Potato Head as I was doing the
Why are you
intro there.
fondling him?
Stop
fondling
touching.
him.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just saw moving parts and I was like, ooh, look at that. And joining me once again are the boys, Joey and Connor. And we get to talk about our favorite things that we got into, watched, read, listened to, whatever. Because it's the end of the year, guys.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It's another year.
Doesn't feel like the end of the year. This has been a weird ass year.
Yeah,
Done a lot.
Every time this episode rolls around, like the favorite things thing, because we've done this multiple times now. I think it's like third time, maybe third or fourth time we've done this. Every time this episode rolls around, I'm just like, what the f have I done this year?
It's weird how it goes so fast, yet I remember some things so clearly and they feel so far away.
Yeah.
Also, they feel so close. Like the Swiss special, we filmed that in February.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
That does not feel like this year.
It weirdly doesn't feel like this year, but so many memories feel so vivid that I feel like it was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So it's really weird how that
is true.
happens. Time is such a funny thing, and we're also getting older and we're going to die soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's also
That's also
So-
a thing.
Not all the things that are in our list are things from 2025.
Yes.
No.
There are things that we've just gotten
this is
into.
our excuse just to talk about shit that we like and we discovered or maybe watched in 2025. This is our representation of our year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And out of every year that we've ever done this is by far the hardest that I had to work to scrounge 9 fucking things to represent me in my year.
I remember the first time we did this like favorite things of whatever year it was.
Yeah.
It was like, oh yeah, I mean, only 9? What am I going to put in? This year I was like, I put 3 in and I was just like, well, I'm done. Like,
This
what
year,
are the other things I'm going to put on?
This year, as you can probably guess, one of the things that's going to be on my list.
Yeah.
This year, my year was top heavy of just this one thing was like 70% of my year. And then I'm like,
Got a couple of things in the drawer.
Yeah.
Are there any other things that I did this year outside of this one thing?
So, yeah, we might have talked about some of these things on past episodes. We might not have. But, yeah.
Well, this will be the episodes where we go maybe a bit more in depth. We'll talk about all these things in detail.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. So who wants to go first?
Fuck, don't know.
I don't know.
Let's
Spin the
I'll spin the pan.
Okay, we'll let you know audio listeners who it lands on.
All right. It is. That's close to Joey.
What the fuck? There was like a 2% chance it was going to be Connor.
Yeah, it's also like super low odds. Of it being me.
I was gonna bring out trash box and I was like, I can't be bothered to write R.
All right, fine.
Joey's going first.
Load up my 3x3 then.
Okay, so before you talk about each one, just say what the 9 things are.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 things are Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, Fantasy Life 1, Gannibal, Hans Zimmer, My Engagement. I feel like Aki would kill me if I didn't put that on. Exit 8, Himeiden, Best Budz, and Takopi.
Okay.
Okay, what do you want to start with?
I don't know. What do you guys want to start with?
Let's start.
I can talk about all of these, but
Meditations by Marcus Aurelius.
What's going on here?
Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. So this is a book that I read not that long ago, actually. I was rereading it the other day at the Trash Taste office because I finally popped my philosophy novel cherry.
Yeah, I was like, fucking hell, Joey.
Yeah.
You've gone a step. You have gone a step even like down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So what's this book about?
So this is a book written by Marcus Aurelius, who, if you guys know
of course.
anything about Roman history,
Yeah.
was the leader of the Roman Empire. I think it was AD 160, something like that. Yeah, we're gonna have to look that up. But yeah, he was the emperor. If you've watched the movie Gladiator,
Yeah.
Absolute banger. He was the old guy that gets killed by Joaquin Phoenix's character near the beginning.
Yep.
And he was a real person, and he wrote this book called Meditations, which is considered one of the greatest philosophy books ever written. And I think it was while we were in LA this year for Anime Expo.
Yeah.
I went to a couple of like bookstores that people were recommending to me. And there was like this entire section for philosophy. It was like a huge section for philosophy. And I was looking at it, I was like, I've always been interested in reading philosophy of books, but it's like, because there's so many different types of philosophy, it's like, where the hell do I even begin, right? Because I feel like if you start reading the wrong one or you go too far into the rabbit hole as your first novel, then your view of philosophy just gets kind of skewed to like one side or the other. So I asked people online being like, hey, what is like a good go-to start to go into like the gateway novel for philosophy books? And out of a number of ones that I ended up buying, this one was brought up a lot. Do you know anything about this?
No, I don't know anything.
So do you know who Marcus Aurelius was?
Yeah.
So he was again, as I said, he was at one point the most powerful person in the world when he was like the head of the Roman Empire, and he wrote this book called Meditations, and it's not even really a book. It's like a list of almost journal entries that he wrote throughout his lifetime that was never meant to be published. He basically wrote it. It was basically his, as the name suggests, meditations towards the way that he lived his life and the way that he wanted to live his life and the way that he viewed life and stuff like that. And it's all based around this philosophy called Stoicism, which is where the word Stoic comes from.
Yeah.
Which is all about this idea of not letting certain things control your life that are outside of your control and kind of being the like sitting in the driver's seat of your life. And this was this book that he wrote, or list of journal entries that he wrote, which again were never meant for publication, but some 2,000 years later, it is now considered one of the greatest philosophy books ever written. And this, like, sometimes you'll read something and every single thing you read is like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That was this book. Like literally every single entry in this book, I had to reread several times because it's not only written in a very poetic way that can be open to interpretation, but also just, I've never seen a person who can give this much of like a poignant statement on life. And the way that you should be living life. And like, I'd always heard of the term like stoic and stoicism and stuff like that, but I never had like a full grasp of what it actually meant. I thought, when I hear when someone says, oh, he's very stoic, like what do you imagine when someone says, oh, he's a very stoic person?
Someone who doesn't confide in people easily. Able to.
Someone who keeps to themselves.
Yeah. So it's a lot of that, but also a big like misconception that a lot of people get when they hear stoic is, oh, you shouldn't feel like emotions towards anything because you shouldn't let your emotions like overrun your life. Marcus Aurelius instead kind of said, well, no, you're a human. You're going to feel emotions towards certain things, but what you shouldn't. It's not this idea of you shouldn't feel emotions towards certain things and just get things done. It's this idea of you should feel emotions towards things, but you shouldn't let those feelings and emotions control your life. And there's like I can just write off or list off just like a bunch of like quotes from this book, and like I feel like it's kind of crazy to think that a dude who lived 2,000 years ago and was talking about life 2,000 years ago, which suffice to say, none of us can relate to on a surface level, can write shit that every single person, no matter what walk of life you're in, can relate to in one way or another.
Damn, if I had a library, if I had a fucking diary and that would just got like leaked to the entire world, I would hope my writing was being
dude, right?
And it's not just like, got pissed at the fucking spoons today. Can't remember what happened that night out.
I'm sure that might have been in there, but maybe it was removed. I mean, it's obviously, 2,000 years ago. I imagine that this, his words have been almost translated quite a lot throughout the ages. So it's probably... it's probably the rough meaning of what he said.
Yeah.
So a wide variety of changes.
Yeah. So there's so he originally wrote this all in Greek, obviously. Right. But it's been translated multiple times over many iterations. I've read the one that is like the most highly accepted and praised translation.
Yeah.
I forget the author's name. I apologize, but
Marcus Aurelius.
Well, yeah, the translator author. I forgot his name. Yeah, but,
give us a quote. Give us a quote.
Okay, I'll give you a quote. This one is on perspective. He said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know, which is like bars.
Yeah.
You know, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. So it's just like it's very simple terminology, but said in a very almost poetic way. And like, and you know, there's quotes like that are very just like to the point. Yeah, I understand what he's trying to say. Obviously, easier said than done kind of things.
Yeah.
But he also throws in, because, you know, at the time, Greek was this language that was very like poetry heavy.
Yeah.
And Marcus Aurelius, you know, would describe things in like there's this one chapter where he talked about how when someone bakes bread.
Yeah.
And when the bread rises, the cracks at the top of the bread, you know, break the dough apart. And he kind of alluded that to this whole idea of, well, the cracks are there because the bread rose. So it's like I interpreted that as, you know, when every person rises to their best, sometimes it's not going to be perfect. You know, there are going to be some consequences of some cracks in the road, but at the end of the day, the bread is made.
Yeah.
You know, and it's he says all of these things in a really like poignant and poetic way where I feel like this is going to be one of those books that I'm just going to continue to reread over my life because, you know, different moments of my life, I feel like I'm going to reflect on different things that he said. And it's just crazy that like I can relate to this 2,000-year-old Roman Empire and use those words to reflect on my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy that, you know, at the end of it all, he wrote all of these things for no one else but himself to see.
Mm-hmm.
And yet he was able to write like that. So like as someone who like, you know, wants to get more into like creative writing and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
This was just like a really good, not only like, you know, good way to like look back on my life and kind of think about the way I'm living my life, but also just like a really good study material on just writing and like poetry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I really fucked with.
I mean, what you said reminds me of a line that really stuck with me this year from Orb actually, where there's a character that was just talking about the magic of books and how she can like, you know, she can read words written thousands of years ago and relate to someone who she would have never known and never knew existed. And yet she can relate to this real person, their words that existed generations and generations ago. And this is like just a real life example of that.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like, even if you, like, don't really, like, care to, like, read philosophy books or anything like that, I feel like this is one of those books, like, legitimately, like, we always say things like, oh, this is a book that everybody needs to read. I genuinely think this is a book that everybody needs to read. Because it's just, you learn so much about not only yourself, but also it's just a really good way to just take control of your life.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not in the same way that, say, a Roman emperor did, but just, like, you know, use his reflections and use, you know, because again, this is coming from a guy who at one point was literally standing at the top of the world.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's that saying of like, you know, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
This is one of the few examples where it really didn't. Like, if anything, the power that he gained over his lifetime, he used that in the most meaningful way possible and to like use that self-reflection to then again kind of inadvertently teach people fucking millennia, you know, since then, to just be a good person and to like just take control of your life. And that's like the best way to live life.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot which Roman emperor it was. One of them was like literally a farmer. And he was like, all right, fine, I'll fucking sort it out. Stopped farming. And was like, all right, I'll take over for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Sorted it all out. And then he was like, I'll go back to farming now.
Now back to my real passion.
I can't remember who it was called. We have a word named after this guy.
Really?
I forgot what the fucking thing is.
Do you think this is like the original Sigma grind set? Like people in the Roman Empire just like, they were just like weeding the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Cincinnatus?
Yeah, Cincinnati is named after this guy, I think, as well.
Really?
He did this as well. Yeah, it's like he basically, when Rome was having a fucking hard time, he was like, fine, I'll sort it out. Stop farming.
Yeah.
Sorted it out, went back to farming.
Based.
Which, you know, is a thing that doesn't happen nowadays. People don't know when, you know, there's no... People want more. The greed of more is corrupting power.
Yeah, you know that whole meme of like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? After this book, a lot.
I mean,
I think about it a lot now.
I think the meme is so omnipresent because so much of, especially at least like European and American culture, you know, draws from it in nearly every single aspect of life.
Yeah, totally.
If you look hard enough at anything that we do, it somehow always ends up coming back to the fucking Romans.
It is. It's
and also they built things that are still around. So of course you're like, who built
Yeah.
this fucking thing? This thing's sick. And you're like, the Romans.
yeah.
And then you're like, when they didn't build it, you're like, oh, they didn't build it. That's like me with the aqueducts in Wales. Like, this is so impressive. It must have been the Romans.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was like 1700s. You're like, oh, we did build things before.
Damn, we did that. We can do that shit.
I think the other like last thing I'll touch upon this because I can go on this book forever, but like I think the other incredibly poignant thing about at least like the translated version that I read of this is that because these excerpts that he wrote throughout his life were more so he wasn't telling anyone in particular, he was telling himself these things as the name suggests, like self meditations. So the book, at least the one I read, is all in second person. So he refers to himself as you.
Oh,
so
it talks himself
It is the original Sigma Group.
Yeah. So it almost sounds like it almost sounds like he's talking to you.
Yeah,
that's funny.
You know, it's saying like you need to do this, you need to do this. But originally he was talking to himself.
Yeah.
Being like, bro, get your shit together. You need to do this, bro.
Don't forget this, bro.
Yeah, don't forget this.
Lock in.
Lock the fuck. Yeah, he was the original guy who locked in.
You should.
So
you should get into Diogenes next.
Oh yeah. This is definitely like ever since I've read this book, I've read a bunch of other like kind of surface level philosophy books. Like I read The Tale of Sisyphus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually like sat down and read the book for that, which is also an amazing book. But yeah, this is like slowly taking me down the philosophy book rabbit
This is the
hole.
problem with me like tangentially listening to people talk about philosophy is that like I feel like I know what Sisyphus did, but I can't tell you right now. I forgot.
Right.
But then I'll, all these things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what they are, and I'm like, I should probably just sit down and actually read these and get into it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I knew about the name Sisyphus and like, the pushing the boulder up the hill or whatever, but I never knew what that story actually entailed or like what
punishment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, or like what the idea of what Sisyphus's tale entails that
game.
turned it into the rage game.
That's what it
I mean, there's no better thing to quote as a joke than philosophy. You sound so fucking funny when you quote shit like this,
Yeah, but there's that great quote of like, one must imagine Sisyphus happy.
Yeah.
Like that was that was originally based off of the book about Sisyphus. And now that I actually read that book,
they just had such fucking cold fucking stories.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
one must imagine Sisyphus happy has become like a meme.
it has become a meme.
And now I hear that shit, and there's so many lines that fucking hit, and now I just think, damn, this has been meme to fuck, man.
I know.
Who
It's
came
so
up, who came up
annoying.
with the cave? Is that Diogenes? The cave? No, who did the cave?
What's the cave?
The one where fucking light meme where you're in the cave and you hold up the silhouette and it projects onto the back of the cave. This is like one of the fucking, what's this fucking called?
yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name.
I don't know. Diogenes, he was basically like the original troll.
That's right. Oh yeah, the guy was like, but what if this?
Yeah. Like there's a few stories I remember. Like I think it's so weird that all of these like philosophers just lived in the same time. So Plato, I believe, was like they were trying to define man.
Yeah.
And Plato was like, I think man is a featherless biped. And fucking Diogenes rocks up to one of his lectures, plucks a chicken, plops it on the fucking desk and was like, behold, man. And Plato retracted that statement afterwards. And I was just like,
The back pedal of the century.
we used to have good discussions.
yeah, I know, right?
The OG ratio.
Yeah, the OG ratio.
The OG ratio.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
even even if you're not into philosophy, like this changed my mind on everything. And
I think
amazing book.
every man is born with a counter. And it's counting down from the moment you're born. And it is this
when you get into philosophy.
the predetermined time in your life when you get into philosophy. Everyone's counter is different, but it happens to every man for some reason.
It goes back to, like you said, it's the man counter for reading about the Roman Empire.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the Greek Empire.
Yeah.
That's...
To me, it all came at once with this book.
I think when you live your life a bit more, you come to respect what has come before you.
Oh,
I think that's
totally.
just a natural part of just living life.
100%.
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by Shopify. Boys, I'm broke.
I know.
Damn.
How do I make money?
Maybe start selling merch or something. But
Some kind of e-commerce
Yeah, maybe
platform.
That sounds like hard. How do I even get started? Where do I even go to for that?
Thankfully, Garnt, there's Shopify.
Shopify, thank you.
Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started like Nonsense. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand's style. And accelerate your content creation because Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. And get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify.
So boys, what are you waiting for? Stop the dilly-dallying. Turn those big dreams into big money and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/trash. Go to shopify.com/trash. That's shopify.com/trash.
Back to the episode.
Speaking of life, fantasy life.
Yeah,
What is
fantasy life. So I was thinking about like, all right, I need to put like a video game in this 3x3.
Yeah, you did put a video.
But
Yeah.
I thought about it, I'm like, man, compared to like the previous years, I haven't really played a whole
Fake
lot of
gamer.
games. Like,
Fake gamer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I played like Dragon Quest 3 and 1 remake. I finished those. Those were great. But I think when I thought about what's the game I put the most amount of hours into this year, it was Fantasy Life.
So what is fantasy life?
Okay, so have you heard this game?
No.
Okay, so this is a game that I think Aki found because she thought it was going to be some kind of like cozy, like Stardew Valley-esque type of like farming simulator type of game, which in an aspect it is.
Yeah.
But this is a game where it's really hard to explain. So it's all about, it's literally an isekai story of
Shit.
this kid who gets transported into this like fantasy world and he needs to find a way to get back and also like stop the the great being that's like trying to destroy the world or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's really confusing because the game throws so much shit at you that you're like, you get like 5-10 hours into this game and you're like, what is this game
still in the
trying to be?
I saw the ratings are amazing though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazingly fun. Like if you love like cozy JRPGs, this is like the best game to play.
Yeah.
I put like 100 hours into this game, dude.
God damn.
What'd you do in it?
So what do? You can literally do so it starts off, it's like, imagine if you took the job building aspect of RuneScape with the village creation element of like a Stardew Valley, but also like the dungeon crawling aspect of any like procedurally generated dungeon, and also an open world like Breath of the Wild.
Oh wow.
It's like this team went, all right, name your top 5 favorite games, and was like, okay, we'll do all 5 of those at the same time.
It does look cozy.
Yeah.
It's super cozy and super fun, and there's like multiplayer in this as well, so it's good fun. While we were in LA, because I was in America for like 3.5 weeks after Anime Expo.
Yeah.
Dude, for like 2 weeks straight, I just played this game. I just like chilled on the couch. I was like, I'm not going to do any work. I'm just going to chill and play this cozy ass game. And I ended up sinking 100 hours into it. Yeah, there's also like, you can get like skills and shit as well. And there's like dungeon crawling. I genuinely don't know how to describe this game, but it is, if you love cozy JRPGs, this is like the game to play.
It looks visually quite fun.
Yeah. It's visually super simple. Really, really good fun. Of course, there's fishing and stuff.
I mean, it's not a JRPG without fishing.
Of course, yeah.
Yep.
And again, I like the whole aspect of like, it's almost like the RuneScape job building. So you can go out and like fight monsters, but you can also like build your fishing level or build your like tree cutting
cool
level
horses.
or your like or your mining level or stuff like that. Yeah, it's just a really simple, fun game that I sunk way too many hours into. So yeah, there you go.
It looks fun.
It is fun.
It actually looks, and it's multiplayer as well.
Yeah, you can do multiplayer in the open world segment. Oh yeah, and then the straight up like Breath of the Wild style like
What the fuck is
the
this?
shrines
Why
and
not?
shit
Yeah.
as well. Because why not?
Is there farming in this?
Yeah, there is farming in
Of
this.
course, there's farming in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, it's like RuneScape, Stardew Valley, Breath of the
Is
Wild,
there-
dungeon crawling.
Is there romance in this?
Yes, there is romance in this.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I gotta.
Because you can.
It looks like a great couch game.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
great couch game. Super fun, chill. If you just want to like chill for like a couple of
I
hours,
gotta
on the
recommend
couch
this
and
to
just play
Sydney
it.
then.
Oh yeah, yes.
This is,
Oh dude, Sydney
this
would love
looks like
this
such
game.
a Sydney game.
Yeah, Sydney would love this
Yeah.
game. absolutely.
Looks cool.
So yeah, there you go. That was
I'll have to
the
check this one out.
one game that I put on my
Oh, that looks fun, man.
Yeah.
You're a gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a gamer.
Bakaru. Cool.
Oh, Gannibal.
Or Gannibal?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gannibal.
or is it
Yeah.
the way around?
Yeah, right to left. So this is the one manga choice that I put in.
Mm-hmm.
So my hairdresser actually recommended this manga to me. This is like a 13 or 14 volume kind of like horror thriller
Yeah, it looks
novel.
cool. Yeah, it looks
Not
cool.
novel,
Yeah, I
manga
love the art
series.
style.
Yeah, the art is amazing. So basically, the premise is there's like this police officer who moves into this countryside with his family to kind of get away from the city, and he's the only like kind of police officer in this tiny little village in the mountains. And as he's trying to like assimilate to the village life and to like, you know, get to know all the villagers and stuff like that,
Yeah.
he notices they're like a little bit weird and they're like a little like the vibe is off. Basically,
Okay,
he's like,
okay.
something's up with this village. And there are these rumors floating around from people outside of the village that this particular village has a cult family that is said to eat humans.
Ooh.
And he's like, well, as a man of the law, I can't let that slide. And also,
Yeah.
I have a kid and wife I need to take care of as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not letting them get eaten.
Of course.
So he goes out and investigates, and it's just this fucking roller coaster ride of this guy just trying to basically put a stop to this like cult family. And the
Okay.
art was really captivating for me. And also just there are so many story beats where you're just like, oh shit, I don't know what's going to happen anymore. It's one of those thriller horrors where it's just like, you think you know where the story is going, and
Yeah.
then they just throw something and they're like,
Yeah.
actually, nope. It's nothing like that now. So completely, you have to completely change your perspective.
Yeah.
And what's also cool is that when I reread it, it's one of those manga where the hints were very obvious from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just that because
you
you
don't tell,
didn't, because you didn't have the knowledge of what was happening.
That's the
you
best
were-
kind of.
It's
like,
the best
yeah.
kind,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because then you can rewatch it and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, yeah, that
so
was so
down.
fucking obvious kind of deal.
Who's the author?
I don't know this author actually. I feel like they're only known for this. There was also a live action as well of this. Ninomiya Masaaki.
It was live action.
Yeah, there was also a live action TV series of this,
Mm-hmm.
a Japanese one that my hairdresser originally recommended me to watch.
Ooh.
But he was like,
22.
but he was like,
Cool.
you should probably read the manga first before
Right.
watching it. And I watched this live action as well, and it was very good for a manga-based live action in Japan. This was very, very good.
I don't
Disney
always,
Plus?
I don't always have faith in Japanese live
Yeah,
action.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
But you know what? 7.4 is good.
That's
score,
very, very good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a bunch of my friends into this one as well. It's very, very good.
All right,
So
damn.
that was definitely my manga pick of the year for sure.
I will have to check it out.
Yeah. Next one. That's Hans Zimmer.
The goat.
The goat. So Aki and I went to go see Hans Zimmer live.
Oh shit! No fucking way.
Easily the most expensive concert ticket I've ever paid for, but fuck me, man.
Was it like?
Oh.
Wait, how much was the concert?
So we were in this. It was this giant stadium. I think
Yeah.
it was it Tokyo Big Sight or one of the big ones. And we were right in the middle on the ground.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all seated. It's all seated, but we were right in the middle on the ground, like band is right there, kind of deal. I think I paid $500.
Jeez, but I mean,
But
was this in America?
no, in Japan.
It was in Japan.
Yeah.
$500. I've never even heard of a concert.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
$500,
So,
that's,
so when I saw the ticket prices, I was like, oh
Fucking
my
ball.
god,
Yeah.
that is. But then again, I thought to myself, I'm like, when am I ever gonna see Hans Zimmer?
That's crazy. Though.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he came to Japan.
Yeah.
Or did concerts. But,
Yeah. So him and his band came, and
Yeah.
it was like a 2.5 hour concert, and they just did all of the Hans Zimmer soundtracks. And it was, oh my god, when they did the Gladiator soundtrack, dude,
Oh, that must have been.
bawling.
Oh.
I was crying because they also got the original singer that does like the vocal
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
tracks and stuff like that. They did Pirates of the Caribbean. They did Inception.
He did Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
Oh god.
He's done everything.
he's done everything.
He's done
dude.
all the goated ones.
They did Lion King. They did just like all of the Dune as well. Oh my god, Dune live
Oh,
was
man, Dune.
crazy. They opened up with that shit, and I was just like, oh my
I
fucking
would,
god.
I would love to hear the Dune one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was all done live, and it was so cool as well because it's like Hans was like in the middle.
Right.
The entire time he was like playing guitar and playing all these instruments, and he was just conducting the entire thing, but also playing it.
Yeah.
But it was just so cool because it's like you're watching him play, and he clearly loves this shit so fucking much. Like the entire 2.5 hours, his face literally looked like that. It was just smile on his face, like looking back at his band, and it's just being like, yeah, I know I'm killing this shit. And also he's so fucking funny on stage.
Oh, really?
Like between each like set of tracks, so they split it up into like each movie. So they would play like Dune, and then do a couple of tracks from the Dune soundtrack. And then Hans would kind of talk to the crowd a little bit and like introduce, like the next thing and stuff like that. Man's got jokes. He loves just fucking throwing around jokes.
He's the guy, man.
He's so funny. And he clearly loves like his band members so much and just all the music he made. I remember one of the soundtracks he did. I forgot what the name of the movie was because I had to look it up afterwards. It was a soundtrack that Hans Zimmer did back in like, I think during the COVID times or something, of like some superhero movie that was incredibly poorly received. It was like Red Scarlet or some shit like that.
Oh, is that the Black Widow movie?
Yeah, the Black Widow movie.
He did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And when he was, I remember he was just like, okay, so this next set of tracks is from a movie I'm not going to name because it's a terrible movie.
It's like, but he proceeds to do the soundtrack.
Yeah. And he's like, but I think the soundtrack is amazing. But the movie is terrible. Enjoy. And I remember everyone in the crowd is like, what the fuck movie are they talking about? So we had to look it up.
That would never fucking happen in Japan.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But that was, I mean, I went to a lot of concerts this year, but that one, that was my favorite.
What was the best soundtrack to hear live?
Oh, for me, it was a tie between Dune and Gladiator.
Oh, Gladiator would be so good.
I think the Gladiator soundtrack might honestly be my favorite Hans Zimmer soundtrack.
I just have core memories of all those shots when they do like the flashback in the fields.
Yeah.
With his dead wife, and there's just that music that's blasting.
It's
so good.
Oh, with the woman singing. Yeah, dude. With
the woman singing one is like that's like the most iconic. My wife is dead flashback song. You know what I mean? Because it's either like in a field or they're under the bed sheets. And like, the fucking sheets are like, you know what I mean? It's like peak my wife is dead flashback.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when that song started coming on, bro, I started crying. It was fucking beautiful. And it was really cool as well because the entire time behind the band, there was this like ultra wide LED backdrop, and they were just playing scenes from the movie as well behind it, and just it was
so you know where the song's from.
So you know where the song is from. And
where was the venue?
I forget where it was. It was somewhere in Tokyo. It was one of the big. It was it Zepp? I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was probably like a 10,000 cap. Venue.
So it was a big venue.
It was a big venue, yeah. And that was out of all the bands I went to go see, that was easily the best concert. I would honestly say might honestly be one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I would love to hear Hans Zimmer live. On some of the tracks.
Yeah.
Also funny that I remember we talked about on Trash Taste, but he like roasts people on Reddit.
Oh, really?
He's like he like gives criticism to people's like soundtracks on Reddit, and he's fucking brutal.
I mean, look, I think if anyone has the right to be critical about soundtracks, it's him.
Yeah, I mean,
he's kind of the GOAT.
Yeah, it's like if Messi says you're a bad football player. It's
it's Messi, so you know.
I mean, he is the guy. He's the guy. Like, I'm sorry. He was rude about it, but he's the guy.
Totally.
So what's his middle one?
Just casually getting engaged. Also, I also included in this though, because I did a lot of
Madagascar.
I did a lot of traveling this year to like different parts of Japan, different countries. But that Madagascar trip,
memorable trip, Joey.
Oh, incredibly. I mean, honestly, even without the engagement, it might honestly be my favorite trip I took this year or within the last couple of years.
Okay. What is one country you boys want to go to this coming year?
This coming year?
Yeah. One that's like you're like I've been putting it off for one reason or another, but I want to go. We should hold each other accountable.
America.
Fuck no. Fuck off. We live in America, basically.
I've always said right now, the top of my bucket list is Iceland.
Okay, where do you want to go?
But I'm probably going to end up going for like my honeymoon to Iceland.
I do have somewhere on my bucket list.
You don't want to say it?
But I don't want to say it.
Right, yeah. I mean, another one on my bucket list is Malaysia, but I'm going next week.
We all got to go.
Yeah.
We got to do this next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. So you go to Iceland. You go to your place. I'll go to
And you got to go.
Where's your
place? You got to go
place?
somewhere that's not America.
Philippines.
You go to the Philippines?
Let's just run it.
Yeah, dude. Why not?
I feel like, why not, man? Let's just run it.
Did you just pick a random country, or
Well,
is there a
one of the
legitimate
Southeast
reason?
Asia.
One of Southeast Asia.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
They deserve my
They
presence.
deserve me. No, it's overdue. I feel like I gotta hype them up.
Yeah.
I gotta go there and I gotta feel like I gotta know how fucking heat it is. I gotta know. I want to try the food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just overdue that I gotta start hyping it up.
Yeah.
So I need to go there, be like, yeah, Philippines changed my life, and then I'll come on the pod and talk about it.
Absolutely. You have to. So if you don't do that next year, what can we do?
If we don't go to the country we're thinking of, you got to donate $1,000 to charity.
Easy.
I mean, sure.
So if you don't do it,
The thing is, I don't know if I'm gonna, because the thing is, we're eventually.
$1,000 charity, Jerry. It's
Well,
fine.
okay. Let me change my answer then, because Iceland is going to be after my wedding,
Okay.
which is probably the year after.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Next year. Okay, let me change my answer then. Next year
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't be somewhere we've already been.
can't be somewhere I've already been. Oh man, that's kind of tough actually, because I definitely want to go to like say,
You've been in New Zealand?
yeah. When I was
I'm gonna
like.
pick for you.
Honestly, I do actually want to go back to New Zealand because the first time I went, I was like 3 years old. I
Yeah.
remember it.
Yeah, I also want to go. To New Zealand.
Yeah. So New Zealand definitely for sure. I want to go back to. I also want to go back. I also want to like visit like Hungary and stuff like that because I have like
Oh.
family who live there and
Yeah.
stuff.
Hungary's good.
Just watched this YouTube video of this guy cycling from UK to China,
Yeah.
and I was like, this looks
That's
ridiculous. But when he was like cycling through like Uzbekistan, I was like,
Yeah.
just kind of want to check it out.
Yeah.
Like it looks crazy. He's just cycling through a desert for like 10 days. But I was
Actually, I'd like to go to China as well. I've never been to China.
China's cool.
yeah, I want to go to
Yeah.
China too.
Yeah, China.
I feel it's a waste to not go considering it's
I-
right
China's
there.
cool now. It's in.
It's
It's in now. China's in right now.
I would say that
China's cool right now.
I would say that other countries are shooting themselves in the foot. So
China, by virtue of just being China, is like, all right, come
Yeah.
together.
yeah. It's like the Valve effect, you know.
Yeah.
Where you know when
Well,
all your
everyone else,
competitors just shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
you know you
so I
just
guess we're the best now.
you win by doing nothing.
Win by default.
Yeah,
Next up is Exit 8, which
Exit
you did
8,
speak
Exit
about
8.
in a recent
I did
episode,
talk about in
but
a
Do you want to
recent-
briefly mention why it's on the list?
Sure. I was thinking about like what movies or like what were some of my favorite movies I watched this year, and I realized that I didn't actually watch a whole lot of like new movies this year.
Yeah.
I kind of rewatched a lot of like old favorites that I used to have, or you know, because there's been a lot of like re-screenings of old movies in cinemas that I've seen a lot of. Like I went to go see, you know, the 4K reinterpretation of or not reinterpretation but rescreening of Princess Mononoke in IMAX.
Oh, I saw that as well.
Yeah, which was amazing.
Bro, it was so fucking good, man.
So fucking. I was like, I'm so glad that because like that was one of the first Ghibli films I watched as a kid
Yeah.
on my fucking VHS that I probably watched at least 50 times growing
Yeah.
up. So it was finally cool to actually see it on the big screen,
Yeah.
and it was. It just reaffirmed to me that it is the best Ghibli film ever made, like no question. But out of the new movies I watched, I would probably say, yeah, Exit 8 was it was the most surprisingly
They didn't think it was going to be good.
I didn't think it was going to be good just because I've played the game and I'm like, there's no story to this game. How the fuck are they going to make a 90-minute movie out of this? Shockingly good. I would definitely rewatch that movie for sure.
All right.
Yeah. And then I guess I can also, in that also same vein, I can talk about Takopi.
Going back to Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
Have you only seen it in Japanese?
Yes.
Okay, so you haven't
Yeah.
seen the dub.
I haven't seen the dub. no.
Okay.
Should I?
Huh?
Should I?
I mean, the dub is fucking like it's a
I've heard
Ghibli
it's
film,
good.
so it's all like you know it's a Disney it's a Disney dub basically.
Okay.
So basically, you can never really go wrong with the Ghibli dubs anyway. You know, same thing with all the other Ghibli movies like
Yeah.
Howl's Moving Castle has like Christian Bale in it and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love husband.
I was like, am I crazy? Because you know the girl at the beginning that gives her charm to like Ashitaka.
Oh, his sister?
Is it?
I think it's his sister.
Is it his sister?
Yeah.
I haven't
Oh,
seen the movie, by the way.
Huh?
You've never
I've
seen
never
Princess
seen
Mononoke?
one.
You've never seen Princess Mononoke?
I've not watched many Ghibli films.
Okay, if you have to watch any Ghibli film, it's this one.
Yeah.
This one seems like the next one that I really want to watch because I really liked Castle in the Sky. I really fucked with
Yeah.
Well, I believe
Moving Castle.
I believe this was the one after Castle in the Sky, if I'm not mistaken.
I watched Valley of the Wind. I think I watched Nausicaa. Yeah, I think I watched Nazca.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nazca's great.
Nazca's up there as well.
I think I watched that one too. And The Boy and the Heron I liked a lot too. Growing on me.
Yeah. I don't know if it was like a sub thing when I watched The Princess Mononoke in like Japanese theaters, but I was like, I think it implied that girl was his betrothed or something like that. And I was like, wait, I don't think it was like that in the dub, was it?
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, did they change it to a sister, or was that like a mix up in the subtitles?
Yeah. So see, here's the thing, right? So like when I went to go watch it at IMAX, it had been at least a good 5-10 years maybe since the last time I watched it.
Yeah.
And you know the story is set in the Nara period, which is what the 1200s of Japan. So the language that they use is very old.
Right.
And if you're not paying attention, or you're not, if you don't understand, there is a lot of terminology that they use that is just old Japanese that people don't say anymore. So, but at the same time, it's also very, Kaya, right? Yeah, that's his sister. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's, you know what? Never mind. There you go.
And they did change it. The original sub version of the film, Kaya is not actually Ashitaka's sister, but his bride to be. I thought I was like tweaking out when I saw that in cinemas.
I thought it was a sister.
No, because they changed it to his sister in the dub.
Oh.
Disney were like,
well,
it's his sister.
Well, that's like really famous like film lore that he was getting fucking pissed off with them changing his movies.
Oh yeah.
You got like you sent the famous thing of sending the sword, the katana, being like no cuts.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but yeah, I think Disney did Disneyfy.
Oh well, there you go. I didn't even see. I didn't even point that out or figure that out. Because I feel like, again, it's like, for me, Princess Mononoke is really good because I can watch it multiple times because, again, the language is so old that if you don't really pay attention to it, or you don't read it in the Japanese subtitles, you can miss out on a lot of nuance, and you can miss out on a lot of like the finer details of the conversations that are happening. Because I remember, even though I was like, 5 or 6 years old when I first watched this movie, I didn't understand what the fuck they were saying. Yeah. Because I was like 5. I just enjoyed the movie for what it was, because you can still enjoy the movie visually speaking. It is a visual marvel, considering
it 100% is.
And considering it's almost a fucking 30-year-old movie.
Yeah, his films have aged extremely well.
But like I remember just like some of those scenes on the big screen in IMAX. I was just like, wow, this is a painting.
Good animation just doesn't age, man.
Oh, dude, 100%. And the story is so good too. Yeah. And the voice acting as well. Was that the first time you watched it in Japanese?
Yes, it was.
How was it compared to the dub?
I mean, it was great as well. I mean, both Princess Mononoke was the first anime movie I ever watched.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know like you're not really a huge fan of like Ghibli.
I'm not a huge fan of Ghibli. Like, some people, they fucking love Ghibli. I'm like, they're good films. And it's just, a lot of them just aren't really like to my taste, I would say. But they are a marvel of filmmaking, technically and critically. And I remember being shown Princess Mononoke by my cousin when I was like 7 or something. And it was just like the first anime film I'd ever watched.
Yeah.
Shame it never played on British TV. It never... Was it aired ever on Australian TV? It was never.
My only exposure to it was my grandma sending me the VHS of it from Japan. Yeah,
I feel like that's how you come across it, right? If someone just gave you the VHS. But I remember I saw a post. It's about Christian Bale where they were like, "What one of your movies would you show your kid?" And he said House.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was like, "We didn't say Batman. What the fuck?" It's like.
Damn, no American Psycho. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
I wonder if he hates that character to an extent.
I'm sure he does now.
Yeah,
I think he's like talked about this before.
Oh, has he?
Where he was just like, I believe he had like an interview where he talked about the main character of American Psycho, and I think this was even before the modern internet movement, maybe, but he'd met like business people in fucking. New York,
I loved
like
him.
Pure stockbrokers. They were like, "Yo, I fucking love that character, man." And you're like, you like the
guy,
you like the writing of the character, right? And he kind of like realized, oh no, they actually just like the character, even though he
just like me for real. I'm like, do you want that though?
That's actually that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing about Princess Mononoke as well, such a small thing, but like the voice actor for Moro, the Japanese voice actor for Moro, Miwa Akihiko, is just like, because he also played the witch, the fat witch in Howl as well. His voice acting is just like on another fucking level. He's so scarily good at the characters that he plays. And I remember just like watching it on the big screen. I'm like, oh my God, I am terrified all over again. Like I was when I was fucking 5 years old. But anyway, Exit 8, great movie.
Exit 8?
Go check that out.
Watch it.
What's next?
I guess I can talk about Takopi as well. Because we've obviously talked about this to death already.
Well, we haven't finished talking about Takopi on the pod because we reacted to the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
I did finish it, yeah.
How was it?
I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, you haven't finished it yet?
It's like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I know. It's probably going to be on my best of anime list. So when I know something's going to be on that list, I normally wait till the end of the year to watch it. So it's like fresh in my mind when I write about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
After I watched the first 2 episodes, I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be on the list.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah. I mean, I made a whole video on it as well. And just, I think it's one of the best, probably for a long time.
Well, outside of
personally.
Takopi, which we've already talked about, this is the year that I would say, as a mate, I'm like, damn, Joey's watching anime again. And I think it started with Takopi, if I remember correctly.
It did start with Takopi, yeah, because I've loved that manga. I just love all of Tyson 5 stuff from the manga, and Takopi was certainly up there. So when I saw that they were going to make an anime of it, I was like, all right, I gotta come out of retirement for this one, boys. And I watched it, and it couldn't have been any better. Like this was one of the most perfect, like, so many people like glaze this show of this year, but I think rightfully so. Like it is just in terms of directing, and obviously the writing is great because it's Tyson 5. But I think the thing that impressed me the most about this is that even though if you've read the manga, you'll know that for the most part, it is a very quiet show where technically, like, there's some big points that happen throughout the story, but other than that, not a whole lot of like quote unquote exciting things happen. And yet they somehow managed to turn some of those very quiet scenes into just some of the most unnerving moments I've seen in an anime in a long time. Just like whoever was responsible for directing the anime knew exactly what they were doing when it comes to like building suspense and like holding tension in scenes, because that's the whole reason why the manga was so powerful when it came out as well. And the animation and like cinematography in it is just on another level. And I just, as a big like horror and like thriller anime advocate, I wish more shows did like horror in anime like they did in Takopi. Because there's just too many. I feel like the horror genre in anime especially has just gotten such a sour taste to it, because just a lot of the adaptations have just been not that great, because either the director doesn't quite understand how to turn that tension into movement, or show it on the screen and stuff like that. But the Takopi team fucking knocked it out of the park.
I think they just use these perspective really well.
Yeah,
I think it's a hard thing to sometimes show or write a story from multiple characters' perspectives, but I think it is a really good way of blending them and allowing you to kind of question everything.
Yeah, totally.
In a really solid way.
Yeah. So that was easily the best anime I watched this year. So I had to include that.
Overall, solid year for anime.
Solid year.
Yeah.
The one at the bottom there, best Budz.
Yes.
I just included that just because I had nothing else to put in.
Joey made another YouTube channel.
I made another YouTube channel.
What do you talk about? What? You were like, can't monetize your hobbies. You make another hobby and monetize it. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, we've made a whopping $30 so far. We're fucking killing it.
Still,
We're rolling in, boys.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, this is just like a Alex, who is our content producer for Trash Taste. Him and I were like, we miss old Let's Plays. Let's make a Let's Play channel where we just fucking dick around and just like have fun together. So we started that while I was in America back in June. And almost at 10K subs. So yeah. Nice. But yeah, I think it's just like a great outlet for me and Alex to just like hang out, because he's in America.
Yeah.
And we don't really get to talk all that often. And I love talking to him. He's my boy. So yeah, we was just like, fuck it. Let's just like bring back old like 2010s energy Let's Plays.
Yo, Game Grumps.
Yeah, legit. We love Game Grumps so much that we made our own Game Grumps.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there as a shout out. Go subscribe if you want. And then the bottom left one, this is a novel series called Himeiden, or the Densetsu series by Nishio Nishio Ishin, for those of you who don't know, made the Monogatari series, Katanagatari, Medaka Box. He's made so many like iconic anime and manga series.
Yep.
But he's originally an author. And this is one of those series where it got no adaptation. No manga, no anime. It's just a novel series. And I wanted to kind of go through, because I love, everything that he's written so far. I just wanted to go through the rest of his catalog. And I stumbled across this Densetsu series. It's like 10 novels. And I'm like through the 4th one right now. And it's fucking wild. Like it is so Nishio Ishin. The only way I can describe this show is it's so hard to describe a Nishio Ishin story without it sounding like a fever dream. But essentially, the main character... So this novel starts off with a third of the entire world's population dies overnight because the Earth let out a giant scream.
Okay.
And it's this scream that like nobody heard, but everybody felt, and it killed a third of the population. And our main character... he's like, it's the book starts off where he's kind of talking to his like therapist, and he's talking about like coming to terms with the fact that a third of the world has died, and he's done, and he can't do anything about it. And then he gets recruited by this organization, which is an organization that was created to basically fight against the Earth. So it's this weird like kind of parody on the superhero magical girl genre, where humans go up against the Earth and try to destroy the Earth before the Earth kills everybody.
Right.
And obviously it's Nishio Ishin, so like the characters are fucking crazy. The main character is crazy. Yeah, the writing is bonkers. And there's just so much like fun, like kind of what's the word? Like dissections and like kind of parodifying, magical girl genre and the superhero genre and the thriller genre and stuff like that in ways where it's just like, I've been reading through this thing and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is happening in this book, but I just can't stop reading it because it's just so I would say out of all of the Nishio Ishin stories I've read, this might be one of his most fucking bonkers story that he's ever written. And I can see why this didn't get an adaptation.
Yeah.
Because I just can't imagine this being adapted and it making sense for anybody.
Maybe there's a way you could tell the story or it
Maybe,
makes sense. I'm sure there's always, everyone always says things unadaptable, but
maybe one day we'll get it, but it was one of, I would say this is probably his like, maybe, I don't want to say his toughest read, but I mean, each of the books are like 700 pages long and there's 10 of them. So they not only take a long time to go through because Nishio Ishin loves to do this thing where pages and pages he goes off about one thing that at the end of it doesn't fucking matter to the story.
But fun though. It's about the journey, not the destination.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just really cool as well because like there are so many moments where like, for example, in like, I don't want to give too much away, but like say for example in the second book, the main character meets this group of 5 magical girls, who literally are just magical girls. And the first book, there is no hint towards these magical girls coming out.
Yeah.
In the second book,
rock up.
Yeah. So the second book opens up where he gets notified that the entirety of Kyushu, like all the people who live on Kyushu, disappeared overnight. And so he's sent into Kyushu to figure out what the hell happened. And so when he gets there, the first thing he encounters is this magical girl who's just standing in the middle of a field who tries to kill him. For no reason. And there are just these moments where like there would be like chapters of Nishio Ishin describing this magical girl, giving her a name, giving her a personality, giving her pages and pages and pages of her interacting with the main character.
Yeah.
Only for then it to end with her head exploding for no reason. And there are just so many moments like that where you're just like, wait, so you're telling me I sat through 150 pages of you describing this character thinking that, maybe they're going to be like friends with the main character or something, or, like be a pivotal part of the story, and they just suddenly die.
Maybe he writes it all and he's like, eh.
Yeah, maybe. I have a feeling he starts writing a character and he's like, I don't like her. Kill her off.
This is what we call vibe writing. You know?
It is vibe writing. He's definitely
Some of the best writers are vibe writers.
he's definitely vibe coding with this.
No, it's the rising version of vibe coding.
Yeah,
Where you're
legit.
yes.
So I've been loving this novel series so far. Like
How many entries are there in this?
so there's 10 entries.
Oh, wow.
And I'm through book 4 right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's like what I've read through almost 2,000 pages so far of this novel.
Yeah.
So it's been great to like keep my Japanese up to shape. But yeah, easily one of the most bonkers stories I've read.
Yeah.
I have no idea if there's an English translation for this. I've just been reading on my Kindle in Japanese, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun reading through this. If there is an English adaptation and you like Monogatari series or Katanagatari, any of Nishoshin's stuff,
Yeah.
I would highly recommend this one. And there you go. That was my 3x3.
Awesome. Wow.
Sounds like a varied list of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, because other than all of these, I was just chilling this year.
We were working a lot. We worked a lot.
Yeah, we worked a lot.
We were working a lot.
Working going on.
Yeah.
So these were the ones I could scrape out. So there you go.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, that was
All right,
that
who
was
wants to go
your-
next?
You want to go next or shall I go next?
yeah. This is-
Okay, all right, fine. All right, I
Okay,
guess
well,
it's me.
that's you.
My list, as you can see,
Wow, this is
mostly video game.
this is Connor's Twitch channel.
Yeah,
2025.
So just to reason why this is so many video games.
He's a
Yes.
gamer.
I
Yeah.
have played. I counted. I played 150 games
Holy shit.
on stream.
Wow.
I played games off stream too.
Holy fuck.
I am a gamer through
are
and
a
through.
gamer.
Damn, you locked into being a gamer this year, huh?
This year, I went so incredibly hard on video games. It is even when I look back at the games I've played this year, I'm like, wow, I played a lot of fucking classics.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why this year in particular was such a
Because you
game
didn't
heavy
play
year?
this many games last year, did you?
Yeah.
No, I think this year, last year I kind of really enjoyed playing a lot of longer games. And
Yeah.
this year, I just really wanted to play a bunch of video games.
Yeah.
I found myself just really appreciating the medium of gaming and getting really into it, really. Like this,
Hell yeah.
I've had so much fun with playing video games. So
Yep.
that's why there's a lot of games here. But also, there was a lot more that I could put on here. I had to really be very selective here with the games that I chose.
Yeah.
And only 3 of the games on this list are from this year. But they're very good games.
Yes.
And I had to put one music, so I was like, fuck it, I'll put one music. I put one.
I didn't put any music this year.
Yeah, Joey didn't.
You did with Hans Zimmer?
Oh, yeah. Okay, technically, yeah.
I felt like I should put some music, and at least
Yeah.
this is a way to talk about Orb at least.
Yeah.
So let me go through the 9 that I chose.
Yeah.
First one is Sakanaction, Japanese band, did the opening for Orb. Been listening to
Yeah.
them quite a lot this year.
Oh,
Probably
shit.
one of the artists that I've listened to maybe the most this year.
Right.
Not Tame Impala. Expedition 33, Final Fantasy Tactics, Aurelius Chronicles, F1, the movie, the documentary, and the sport in general.
Yep.
In the middle is Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
Dispatch is the 6th one.
Ooh.
Adolescence, probably my favorite TV show this year. Soma, and then One Battle After Another is probably my favorite film I've watched this year. But again, that was really hard to decide. I'll go through, because I wanted to at least have one TV, one movie, and one music.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it could have been 9 games.
Yeah.
Because that is genuinely the thing I've done most this year.
Right,
I
right.
have the most feelings about.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we can start with Sakanaction. Yeah, basically, Orb was so good. And the opening.
I love it when you discover an artist through like an anime opening.
Dude,
and
Sakanaction
the
was
opening
so
was
good.
so good.
Yeah.
And then I listened to Monster, or Kaiju, sorry. That's the name of the song, right? Kaiju? That was it? Kaiju?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I listened to that song so much that eventually I was like, fuck it. Let's listen to the rest of them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, bangers.
Yeah.
Surprisingly
They're
bangers.
such a good
Yeah.
band, dude.
Have they done anything else outside of Orb?
I don't know if they've done any other anime. But they're a very, very popular band within Japan.
Yeah, they have been around for a long time.
Yeah, very
I think
well known.
Shin Takarajima was like the first like big hit. I think that's Sakanaction, right? Not too sure.
Oh, there's been a couple.
Okay, they've done a few.
Okay. Let's see what else they've done.
No,
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 just
sorry,
Orb.
sorry,
Just
done
Orb. Damn.
What a banger.
Yeah.
One and done. That's all that needs to be done.
I'm surprised because they definitely struck me as a band that would be in a lot more anime.
Yeah. I mean,
You know.
I wonder.
I'm not sure. I mean, Orb as an opening, it doesn't. It's a little. I think it's unique.
Yeah,
You know?
no, their sound is definitely unique. But
Yeah.
I feel like, especially in these past couple of years, I feel like anime openings aren't just like your generic like J-pop songs anymore. Like they're definitely kind of, anime openings have always had artists and bands that are a little more on the unique side in terms of like sound and style, and like Sakanaction, like I think perfectly fits that vibe for a lot of shows. But
yeah,
I don't know.
And also Orb did the fucking amazing thing of not changing the opening halfway through. It's the iconic opening of Orb.
Yeah,
and
I sometimes think it's better to do that than to.
I think so too.
Than to change it up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like
usually the first opening is the best for most shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
The amount of times you get to like the second opening and you're like, this definitely sounds like a second opening.
I like the Dun 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 second opening, but it feels like a second opening.
Yeah,
totally.
Same thing with like Oshinoko as well. I like the Oshinoko.
Gachyakuta as well. I'm just like, it's fine.
It's me when I'm the band who gets commissioned to go second.
It's like, I have to follow up that.
Yeah.
Bro, for real? I mean, Orb was probably my favorite anime of this year, even though I know it technically started last year, but it went into this year. It was probably still my favorite anime of this year. As much as I love Takopi and I loved a lot of other animes that came out this year, but I didn't watch that many, to be honest. It was still, I think, and this song was so fucking good.
Yeah.
And got me into listening to this band. So I appreciate Orb for doing that.
Right on.
Yeah. I guess which order should we go? Should we leave games till last?
Sure.
Because I got a lot to talk about with games.
F1?
Okay.
F1 I've talked about on the pod a lot.
Yeah.
I won't bore you guys too much. I watched the F1 movie, which I really, really enjoyed. I thought it was, again, maybe one of my top 3 movies of this year. Didn't put it on here because I felt like this kind of encompasses it anyway.
Yeah.
And Drive to Survive I got into, and through that started watching F1. And it was just like a really fun year for me to get into it. And it's probably been my favorite sport thing that I've gotten into this year. I feel like every year I dip my toes in another sport and kind of get a little bit into it, which is really nice because there's always just random events that pop up, and sometimes the sport you like or you kind of got into is like, oh, it's doing something. Okay, cool, I'll watch it.
Yeah, the other day a random F1 video finally popped up on my feed as well. But it definitely wasn't like the story-oriented F1 style stuff that you've been watching. It was one of those like I forgot what the title of the video was, but it was something along the lines of like 12 infamous F1 cases where the driver died in horrible ways or something.
I think someone hasn't died in a long time, but it has happened.
A lot of them were from like the 50s and 60s where like regulations weren't properly set up.
Yeah, even nowadays with how fast they go, and you're like, Jesus Christ, some of these crashes. You're like, fuck me.
Yeah.
But it's been such a cool sport to get into. I hope my boy Lewis Hamilton can bring it back sometime and win.
Yeah.
But it's it's been a really fun sport to get into. And if you want to get into a new thing, I recommend watching Drive to Survive or just watch the F1 movie because it was so good. It's such a good movie. And I
want to watch it.
It feels like an ad for the sport, but in the best way possible. It feels like a love letter to the sport.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's such a beautifully shot film. And obviously all the actors are fantastic in it. It's the perfect package of what a banging sports movie is meant to be.
Yeah.
So highly recommend it. Man, Brad Pitt does a lot of the good sports films. And then I think probably my favorite TV show was probably Adolescence.
I haven't heard of this.
It was pretty popular when it came out.
Really? Maybe I just don't watch TV shows.
Yeah, I don't watch TV shows.
Did you hear about this show?
I feel like I did.
So, Adolescence is
it Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix. It was a 4-episode series, and the notable thing about the show is that it was all one shot.
Oh wow!
So each episode is one camera, no cuts, and it moves around.
Right.
Which has some limitations, but it is so fucking good. And basically, I'll tell you the story. Oh, you can see it there. A 13-year-old is accused of murder by a classmate. His family, the therapist, and the detective are all in charge of left asking what really happened.
Right.
And so it kind of it's all, very dramatic. The first episode is them kind of arresting this kid and all the initial reactions of the police, the family. And then the second episode is, kind of questioning further the school kids about what's going on. And then the third episode is where they kind of interrogate this kid.
Yeah.
And the whole episode is just interrogating this kid. And it's such a good episode. And this kid, it's his first time acting. And he did such an amazing job. But the best part was Stephen Graham, I think that's his name, who's, if you're British, you will have seen this guy a bunch. Garnt, this guy.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah. He plays the dad, and he does such a fucking gut-wrenching performance. Probably one of my favorite performances, just full stop this year, of any actor. I've not been that hurt in a long time. And watching him, and also like I think maybe because it was set in the UK, but Stephen Graham's character is such a typical British man.
Yeah,
that watching him really kind of go through this from the lens that I feel like maybe even like I see a lot of my dad in
right.
So similar because he's also I think also from Liverpool. My dad's from Liverpool.
Yeah.
So watching a character who feels so close to something in my life.
Yeah.
And seeing a man, because like I'm sure your dad as well, like, and all our dads to an extent, it's like watching someone go through something horrific. And kind of watching a dad from that generation of you can't cry, you can't go for any of this stuff. Like can't show emotion. Having to kind of like outwardly deal with these emotions and kind of go through it and deal with what's happening is a really horrific, really hard thing to watch.
Yeah.
But he does such an amazing job. And it was one of the shows that's really stuck with me this year.
Right.
And I really enjoyed
episodes.
it. 4 episodes. Highly recommend watching it.
Damn,
They're about, I think, 40 minutes to an hour each an episode. But
okay.
Some of the best acting. Really amazing intentional camera work as well that really like sucks you in. You feel like you can never look away.
Right.
Again, there's no cuts. It's just constantly following.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like watching this beautiful clockwork of all these actors because, again, the camera's moving. And you see everyone's moving around doing their thing and all the actors to be where they need to be at the right time. And it feels like almost a stage play in real life.
Right.
You can see the last 2 episodes are the highest rated, which I feel like is unusual for a show that's like this. Like, normally these shows that are kind of TV shows where they're limited run, it's normally the first episode, the big hook, kind of loses steam. But it's a show that honestly kind of reaches its apex in like 3rd episode.
Okay.
But
Is the single camera shot, would you say that
it adds to it a lot?
It adds to it?
It adds to it. A lot of the times, like with 1912 or 19, what's that movie? 1917? 17 was 17?
I think it's 17.
1917. At times I felt like the camera being one shot was limiting.
Yeah.
In a way that...
Same thing with, what's that other fucking film about that stage actor? Birdman or something like that.
Oh yeah, Birdman. It was Birdman.
Was it Birdman?
Yeah. Sometimes it can feel like a limitation.
Yeah.
But I felt like because of what the scope of this was, which was basically, again, like one of the episodes is just in an interrogation room. It never felt like it was a hindrance. And it added to a lot of the pacing of like, trying to arrest this person, figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
It really added to like the tension of like everything's constantly simmering.
Okay.
And it worked really well. So I highly recommend if you didn't watch this, because it was like the most watched TV show when it came out.
Right.
If you didn't watch it for whatever reason, I still really think you should watch it. It's really amazing, really worth watching, and one of the most gut-wrenching performances.
Damn, this came out in March.
Yeah, March.
Bro.
Please watch this. Like this is genuinely, if I could tell you to watch any TV show this year, this is it.
Okay.
Again, 4 episodes. And you can watch one episode, come back to it a week later. Like But for me, I had to.
Did you binge it?
Yeah, I had to. I couldn't stop when I watched it.
Yeah, I mean, and it'd be so easy to binge too because only 4 episodes.
Yeah, and it feels very. It feels very British and very maybe Australian to an extent. Very. It's more of the kin to the style of. When something is a bit explosive acting wise, it's explosive in the lens of British acting.
Uh-huh.
My personal preference. I like the more grounded approach to acting.
Not overconflated. Like
but it's about as dramatic as it can get. It's someone being arrested for murder. Like it's But again, a really amazing show. I don't think I ever talked about on Trash Taste.
No, you
first time hearing
I
about
think because I went straight into Cyclothon after watching it. So I think that's probably why I never ended up talking about it.
Right.
And the kid also, I think he won an Emmy for his acting.
Oh, sick.
And I think also Stephen Graham did too. I could be wrong. But it was Stephen Graham, again, best performance I watched all year.
All right.
My favorite one.
Hell yeah.
All right, nice.
And then movies, honestly, there's a lot of great movies this year that I watched.
Yeah.
Honestly, either One Battle After Another was probably my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I watched, because he's, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, is that his name?
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
He was amazing in this movie. I really enjoyed it.
What's it about?
Wow. So, God. So the movie
2 hours, 50 minutes.
So the movie...
Oh, it's
God
Sean Penn.
Damn.
Sean Penn. And I will say, Sean Penn is the reason why this movie is so good.
Oh, dude,
Right.
I feel Sean Penn never misses.
He seems like a crazy person in real life and a little bit of an intense guy because I
Yeah.
watched him in the Charlie Sheen doc.
Right.
And I swear at one point in this doc, he's doing coke on the table. He seems like an insane guy. I don't know if I'm like, it was a weird thing. Anyway, Sean Penn seems like a fucking crazy guy. But the movie opens up with them breaking immigrants out of an immigration center.
Right.
Okay.
So you can imagine maybe some of the discussion around this movie got a little
Right.
heated.
Yeah.
A lot, there's the people like, it's too woke. It's like they basically like the opening scene is they scout out this immigration camp where they're being held under like pretty like rough conditions, and then Leonardo DiCaprio and this other character, I forgot their name, I'm so sorry. They break them out of this immigration center.
Yeah.
And Sean Penn is the cop. And then one of the opening scenes where I was like, oh, this is not going to be a normal film, was, I forgot what the name of the actress was.
Tiana Taylor?
Tiana Taylor.
She's like a Disney actress, isn't she? Originally? If I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
Or like a Nick Kids actress originally.
So when they're breaking them out of this immigration camp, Sean Penn is like the main cop who's there stationed.
Yeah.
And she goes in this room and like makes him jerk off in front of her.
What?
And then you're like, okay, he wants revenge.
Yeah.
No, he really was turned on by this and like wants to hunt her down to like have sex with her. So it gets like really fucking weird.
Okay.
And then so that's like the first 20 minutes, and they time skip like 16 years, and the story gets very convoluted in a good way.
Yeah.
And I would say like the first hour and a half of the film is a 10 out of 10, and the last hour or so, I get an 8 or 9. Like it definitely loses a little bit of steam, but it's very good, very funny. The director, Paul Thomas Anderson, who's done another couple of films that I've really enjoyed too. So really good film. Probably my favorite film that came out this year.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Benicio del Toro did great. I also watched him in The Phoenician Scheme this year, which I really did enjoy, but it was like one of those Wes Anderson films where it just felt like a Wes Anderson film, but it didn't blow you away.
I mean, what Wes Anderson film doesn't feel like a Wes Anderson film?
But sometimes they feel like a Wes Anderson film, but I'm also like super impressed and locked in.
Yeah.
And that was like Grand Budapest Hotel. Is like by far his best film. And it feels like the Wes Anderson isms push that story in a great direction.
Yes.
Whereas some films feel like it is at the extent, like it is like the movie suffers for the Wes Anderson kind of.
It like takes you out of it almost.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I think The Phoenician Scheme is a movie that is really cool, but it feels like a movie that was made for actors and not for like people.
You think it was Oscar bait? Because it's just like, sometimes it's just like, every actor is just, trying to work with like something like a director like Wes Anderson,
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a movie for someone who really enjoys the arts and that world.
Yeah.
I don't know what I even mean by that necessarily, but like it I don't know. There's a lot of things I wish weren't.
Wait, there's a character in this movie called Jungle Pussy.
Yeah. So Sean Penn is in this movie, and I will say the reason why I think this movie is rated so highly is because of Sean Penn. He is fucking terrifying in this film. Right. He is maniacal, evil, and like every single time he's on screen, he's fucking terrifying.
And his character name is Lockjaw.
Yeah.
God fucking damn
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw.
And I think another reason why a lot of maybe groups didn't like this film is because there is in this movie, he has like this meeting with this thing called like the Christmas Club.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just a bunch of like white nationalists who like control everything.
Right.
Right.
And he wants to join them. But they're like, you haven't had sex with a black person, have you? He's like, no. And then they find out he's lying to them. All goes,
Right,
to the streets.
Yeah, it's all very odd. It's all, but really good movie, really gripping. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
At least, it might not be for everyone. I don't think everyone's going to enjoy this film, but I think, and it is a messy film. It feels like a couple of things are all over the place.
Yeah.
But, you have Sean Penn, you have Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro really like bring it together, as well as Taylor.
I've heard
really like keep it together.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about this film, but very few people who actually watch the film.
I would. It's one of those films I would not mind watching it again, even though it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I do want to watch this.
If it wouldn't have been this, it would have been like, I don't know, Lawrence of Arabia, which I watched this year, which I loved. Watched it twice.
Oh, the original one?
Yeah, I watched that twice this year.
Dude, that's such a good movie.
And I watched Bridge of the River Kwai this year. That could have been up there.
You also watched Heat, didn't you, this year?
I watched Heat this year.
Yeah.
Bro, you watched
He's gone through all of the classics.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that could have been, but I think...
You watched Rand this year as well?
Yeah, exactly. I watched so many good films this year, but I will say, just because it's 2025 and I felt like this movie was very good, fuck it, can go up there.
Yep.
All right, gaming time.
All right, let's go through the games.
Finally, some real shit.
gamings.
Okay, there's a lot of... look, gaming this year, fucking great. Great year for gamers.
What do you feel like was the best year? So not all of these games came out this year, correct?
No.
But could you have filled this list out with games that came out this year? Did you play a lot of games that came out this year, or was it mostly like older games?
Well, Tactics and Dispatch.
I played a lot of
game
that came out.
So did Expedition 33.
Expedition 33, Tactics, and so 3 of these games came out this year. I think I've become playing games that come out right away. Like, I will say, I really enjoyed playing Expedition 33. I love playing Dispatch. And it is fun to play these games at the peak of their like popularity when it's fun. But also, being a live streamer, sometimes playing these games, like by far the worst chat experience I had was Expedition 33.
Oh, really?
Viewers were insufferable. Because they all like when it's like the game of the month or game of the week.
Yeah.
You get the most insufferable people who come into your chat and try to spoil things or tell you what to do. Like, no, you got to do this. Please use CL in your team. Like, they can't fucking like let
You're not playing the game that I play it.
But the good thing is, like, when I've played what maybe was when I played FNAF recently. Like, I played fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. I played Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 5 recently.
Okay.
My first time I'd ever sat down and played through them.
That's crazy.
I had a great time. Chat, great. It was awesome vibes because enough time has passed where people don't care about what you're doing or they're just pumped that someone's playing it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, dude, this game was like my fucking peak when I was a kid. And also Five Nights is still very popular.
Yeah.
But because time has passed and it's not like cool to currently like it right now, people are so much more fun about like watching you play it.
Right. Like the more casual fans are going to watch it, right? Or I guess the non-super diehard fans.
But like when people play it, like so for a game like Dispatch as well, at times people were like this as well when I was playing it, where because it's so new, you know, we all get hyperfixated on things. When something comes out, we want to learn everything about it for about 2 weeks and then we're done.
Yeah.
And so Dispatch, because I played it like right when it was basically finished, I had a similar experience where a lot of people were trying to backseat, were trying to be like, oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to see the scene, please. Please, you have to do this. You know, it's like, no, just let me fucking play the game.
Yeah.
You know? But I think this year I could have probably filled this list out with games that came out just this year. But I also mostly played games that didn't come out this year.
Right.
And that wasn't intentional. It was just like, I kind of just get in my head, I'm like, I want to play this game. Fuck it, I'll play it.
Yeah.
But I got into, for example, Metal Gear because I had a sponsorship lined up.
And I was like excited because I was like, finally, Connor gets to play the peak that is Metal Gear.
And I will say, out of all the games that I played, I think playing the Metal Gear series is probably my favorite gaming experience this year.
I mean, it's one of my favorite gaming experiences of all time.
That's why it's a classic.
Yeah.
And like, you know, depending on the day you ask me, I'll tell you which game is my favorite, and it will change every day.
Yeah.
Like I will have a different mood.
What are you saying today?
I think 2. It'd be 2 if you asked me.
2.
I think 2. I think about a lot.
2.
The ending. Have you watched the scenes from the end again?
Not recently.
You should go back and watch the calls at the end. Now it's fucked. The amount of things he kind of predicted is shocking.
The more the internet progresses, the more I lean more and more towards 2 as being just the fucking.
It's scary.
It is the serial experiments lane of the video game world, where the more time passes, the more relevant it gets.
Well, because there's like in 2, there's this whole thing at the end where obviously 2 is all a simulation.
Yeah.
So, okay, spoiler alert, Mudan. 2 is all a simulation, and there's a whole big speech where they're talking about controlling information.
Yeah.
And the AI goes off into being like, if we allow everybody to have a say over information and the flow of information, nothing will be reliable. Everything will be a mess. And people, the loudest voices will control the say. We need to control the flow of information to limit what people can see and do. And it was like when everyone has free access to information, not everything becomes meaningless. And I was like, oh my God, stuff like this. You're like, it is shocking how accurate the prediction was and how well it's aged. But then also like 3 is amazing. And I think 3 is obvious. Like I to this day, I don't, there's literally no basis in this. I feel like 2 came out and they were like, Kojima, you need to chill out a little bit, buddy. And then they made 3.
You know, I 100% agree with that, where you have
zero proof.
Zero proof. It's feeling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you just see like a visionary in terms of like whatever art form they do, and you're like, damn, there is shows and movies I like that is based on, you know, a structural storytelling kind of style. And sometimes you just see someone who just does whatever the fuck they want to do. And I feel that with Kojima, man.
Dude, totally.
1 is amazing as well. 1 might be like, I honestly feel like start to finish the most polished Metal Gear in terms of like flow. And then 2 gets like really fucking crazy. And 3 is amazing too and extremely polished, but has some convoluted aspects to it. Like the camo system in the original is a little like, and the medical aspect of it is like innovative at the time, but you're like, and I understand what he's trying to do. But I think that's the charm of Kojima's art, is that it is so weird and convoluted, but you're watching a guy who's passionate and who managed to make something interesting.
Well,
and that's the coolest thing. And that's the best thing about art.
Yeah, I feel like all 3 are just different experiences. He never wanted to make the same game twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Despite having it being the same series. You know, all 3 have their own unique identities, doing their own unique things.
I mean, they always say, you know, imitators are rarely as remembered as originators, right? And I feel like this is totally the case, where it's like there was no other game that was doing it like this, and not really a lot of games that were doing it like it afterwards.
I want to play 4. I will play 4 at some point. I don't know why I've put it off. I haven't really, no reason not to, just haven't. But it's pretty been my favorite experience of gaming, and you know, people have been really supportive as well, like me experiencing it. Like, again, like none of the toxicity of any like games when I play like brand new games. Everyone's just stoked.
I think Metal Gear fans just get so excited when they're like, oh, a new person coming into this obsession.
Bro, I'm that person. When he on the pod, when he was like getting a Metal Gear, I was like, shit, I gotta wait for him to finish 3 before I really like.
That was me with when he got into Final Fantasy. I was like, here we go.
So that was pretty like my pinnacle this year.
Hell yeah.
Gaming. Obviously, Expedition 33. I mean, it's by far.
I still need to play it, man.
It is by far my favorite game that came out this year.
Hopefully, since we, you know, December and January, this coming December and January, we're a little less busy, or at least I'm a little less busy. That'll hopefully be the time where I actually fucking start this game.
I mean, spoilers, it's on my 3x3 as well.
I figured there's a good chance it would be.
Because I'm just like, it's just not even close for me.
I've seen now that it's gotten so popular that like, people are starting to push back against it.
It's always the cycle.
It's gotten too high.
The highs are too high. They're like, we got to bring the French down somehow.
I think the reason why that is though, and I think again, like Expedition 33 has kind of introduced let me start again, because I think gaming as in general in the past, I want to say 2-3 years has really reached its apex of like, I don't know if it will keep going up, but pretty well, of like popularity as like an accepted medium. Like I feel like we are talking about games, or at least getting there. Games are on the same level as movies and TV shows.
Totally.
They have been for a while.
Yeah, but 100%. I feel like, you know, it's like I could talk to my parent about like movies. I can't talk to them about games yet. But I feel like every year we're getting closer and closer to that being like where gaming is in that thing. And I think because as well, I think we are seeing the fruits of the Fortnite's labor of like Minecraft and all, you know, these kids who grew up with playing Minecraft and Fortnite like 8-9 years ago, who are now, you know, they're all young adults. I think this has been, I think, like one of the first games that has really kind of crossed the gaming spectrum. Every single type of gamer knows about this game, has given it a shot. Whereas other games that are huge releases, like Dark Souls, like COD players aren't touching it or talking about it, or like, you know, stuff like that. But Elden Ring also did the same thing, I think, as well. But I think it's been, it's been the first like really heavily story-driven game that has kind of crossed into all facets of gaming. And so I think everyone's getting into it, everyone's talking about it, and a lot of those gamers who haven't experienced like Chrono Trigger or these types of games are like
turn-based combat, you know?
Yeah, like all these gamers that haven't really experienced peak gaming are like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Do I think it's the best game ever? Well, look, no. I think it's too early to have that conversation as well. But I think like it has opened a lot of people's eyes to, especially younger gamers, to the beautiful world of storytelling in video games, and is becoming like, you know. So I think that's why we're getting a bit of pushback against it. People are like, I'm tired of people pretending like it's the best thing ever.
Yeah,
it's like, yes, there are other amazing stories, but it's also, I think, it's a good thing.
I think it's also the fact that, like, you know, the fact that, again, I think a lot of non-RPG player gamers or just non-gamers in general maybe looked at a game mechanic like turn-based and maybe had like a slight negative connotation to it, where it's like, oh, it's boring or it's whatever.
Yeah.
Who then played this game and was like, actually, turn-based can be really good.
Yeah, and I think this is ruined a lot of turn-based combat for me because I'm just like, it's so good where it triggers that part of my brain that likes active gameplay and also turn-based gameplay, and it actually triggers the best part of both worlds as opposed to me having to choose between one side or the other. It's just fucking insane. Characters, great as well. The music is phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard, yeah.
Like I don't know how the fuck they just found that composer on like a developer forum, and he just turned out to be like the biggest genius in the world.
It's always the ones you least expect.
And like I really don't feel like it did anything new. It just did everything fucking amazing.
Right.
Like people are like, wow, they turn-based combat with blocking. It's like, that's not new.
No.
But they just did it so well.
Yeah.
And I think it's an earnest story. It's like, it's storytelling, it's risky, you know. There's some really big twists in it that I think a lot of games nowadays would really shy away from trying to tackle those things.
It has got one of the best hooks in video games. Like the prologue, if you finish that prologue, and you are 100% guaranteed to finish the game because the prologue is just that good.
Okay.
And if I will have like one complaint about it, which is like my only complaint about Expedition 33, is just the more that modern games like evolve, the more I'm just like, damn, games are just like looking the same. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just something about Expedition 33's like visual language. I'm
the
just
like Unreal Engine look.
Yeah, the Unreal Engine look, which is just like, there's so many like cool designs in it, you know, like you know, they call me so many cool monsters, so many cool designs, but something about it, the color scheme and just the aesthetic, they all just like blend together in all this like visual AAA game gloop that makes me like, even though the designs themselves are very interesting, just the aesthetics just all blend together for me in all like the AAA gaming gloop that
I don't think the game is perfect. Yeah. I distinctly remember the UI was like horrible.
Yeah.
Like navigating the menu and having to pick your what were they called? Pictos was fucking annoying. It's like, we've had decades of Final Fantasy to figure this out. Like, come on. And I do think, I know this is controversial, I do think like the last act is probably the weakest of the.
Well, you didn't do any side content.
I didn't do any side content.
So I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
Okay, so what you're telling me is I need 100% this.
I do think if my one thing that I could have done, and I think I will go back and revisit it because they're adding a bunch of new side stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So
you need to do the Millennia.
I do want to do the Millennia. But they're also, okay, so they're adding a new like world and a couple new boss fights. So I think when that comes out, I'm going to go back and do all the side content.
Okay.
Because so actually it's kind of good that you waited.
Okay.
Now you can go all into it. So I'm going to revisit it. And
now this holiday season, I am 100% going to dedicate time to actually starting this game.
But the first act is so good. The first act is like absolute 10 out of 10, like god tier. But I'm excited because I also think the world they created was ultimately extremely fascinating. And I'm excited to see what other stories they tell.
Yeah, I think with the ending, it gave... We didn't find out everything. We found out enough, you know. And
I'm also not saying the ending is bad. It's like first one, 10 out of 10, middle act, 10 out of 10, last act, 9 out of 10. Like, it's still very good. I just didn't really like the pacing towards the end, but that's my personal preference.
Yeah,
I know people don't like when I say that, but fuck you.
Yeah.
It's still like by far the best game I've played this year, and I feel like it is healthy to offer criticism, if any, to an amazing game.
Absolutely.
I feel like, you know,
absolutely.
it is important. But yeah, it's genuinely fucking fantastic game. If you haven't played it, there's a reason why everyone's talking about it. It is a very moving piece of art.
Yeah.
And you're doing yourself a disservice by not playing it.
Yeah. Colorful. I wish more AAA games were colorful.
It is quite dark. It is quite dark.
And it's not even like AAA games as well. It's just like modern movies, you know. It's the Marvel kind of like muted fucking colors aesthetic that
Unreal Engine does often have that look there, I feel.
For me, like right now, I just love games that have a very unique like visual language. Because I don't care too much now about like ultra realism anymore. You know, it's all about
I don't think anyone wants ultra realism.
Tell that to the gaming industry. You know,
that's just what they think people want.
Yeah.
I think people do that because it's like the simplest thing to say that you've done differently.
Yeah.
It's like, look, it's the most realistic.
Yeah.
And it's like, nobody wants this. It's just easy to convince a board of executives that like this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
But also, I think I want to talk about Dispatch next.
Yeah, I'm curious about Dispatch.
Yeah, because Extraction 33 is ex-Ubisoft devs, and Dispatch was the ex-Telltale's founders, who then went to Ubisoft and were like, oops, it's a bit shit, and then made Dispatch, or Ad Hoc Games who made Dispatch. So two games of the year, I think, really.
Ubisoft with the generational throw. You know?
I mean, you know, the reason you know, if I'm Ubisoft, right? Who also, I think there was some news article recently. I don't know what is going on, and by the time this episode's out, it might be more fleshed out. But it implied that they were having some financial difficulties,
right?
And it's like, if you play a Ubisoft game, you fucking know why they deserve to be in financial difficulties.
Oh, they 100% deserve to be.
It's like, this is absolutely, nobody feels sorry for them because this is of your own doing.
Right.
Like, you play any of these games, it's fucking horrible. They have this stupid native game launcher they want you to download on PC. All their games are monetized and bloated to shit. None of their games feel inspired.
It's all the same
Creed, what the fuck are they even doing with that franchise? And why is it still alive, bro? Stop keeping that shit on fucking... It's like on life support, but they keep pumping it out because they think people want it, and gamers are stupid enough where they'll buy it. And then you know, you have to be asking yourself, fuck, we fumbled like 2 devs that went on to go and make fucking absolute artwork that sold amazingly. Like, what are we doing? We have these talented people, but we don't listen or let them do what they want. I think even the Dispatch devs are talking that they had approached Ubisoft and were like, hey, we'd love to start our own studio in Ubisoft to make the games. And they were like, no. Like,
fuck you then.
Yeah.
Dude, they literally came to you to make a game for you, and you said no. Like, I think the biggest crime that Ubisoft's done is that it doesn't respect the art of gaming.
No.
It respects the profits. It doesn't. It has no respect for as art as a medium. So it's hard to feel sorry for them. Obviously, I don't want people to lose their jobs, and there's a lot of talented people clearly at Ubisoft right now who could be making amazing stuff. But it's fucking
the people at the top.
It's a travesty that they, you know, that this kind of these people that are so creative that have the potential to make such amazing things that move us are being fucking shackled behind having to sell you fucking battle passes for Assassin's Creed. It's ridiculous. What a waste of talent. But Dispatch is fucking amazing.
So I'd heard a lot about this game. I don't know anything about it.
Have you?
All I know is that Jacksepticeye's in it.
Have you ever played Telltale games? The Walking Dead. Do you remember that game?
Oh, I haven't played it. I've watched
The
people
Wolf Among Us. The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, I've watched people play those games. Yeah.
So it is kind of like the spiritual successor to those games.
Okay.
It's really fucking good. It's basically you're a superhero who's you have a mech and your mech breaks, but you're still a superhero and you're dealing with that loss. So instead of being a superhero, now you are going to be working for the company that dispatches the superheroes to the thing. So you're going about kind of dealing with these misfits of superheroes or supervillains turned superheroes, and you're kind of dealing with that. The whole time there's a bunch of romance going on, and you're constantly being asked to choose which path to go down. And it's just fantastic. The voice acting, he's voiced by Charlie, by the way, Voice Critical.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Jack, you know, and you always worry when it's YouTubers in games. You're like, it could be just for the name.
Yeah.
But Jack, Sean, and Charlie did such a phenomenal job.
Hell yeah.
As these characters, and genuinely, like, not just glazing them because they're friends of ours, but they did such a good job. I'm really proud of them.
Yeah. Awesome.
Some of the best writing in video games that I've experienced in a while. I was laughing constantly. Takes about 8 hours to go through.
Okay.
Beautifully animated. The gameplay, whilst very simple, is a very rewarding loop that uses the character's strong writing to its strength. It just oozes passion. Every single part of this game is just so fun.
Hell yeah.
Animation is great, as you can see.
Yeah, it looks really
Aaron
good.
Paul voices the main character from
sick.
Breaking Bad, and he does such a good job. There's like no Peter Dinklage in Destiny. It's a genuine, like, you can tell he's passionate about it and doing a fucking fantastic job.
Yeah.
Chase, who is the black guy who you work with, he's voiced by another famous actor. I can't remember his name, but he is so fucking funny in this game. I was constantly laughing.
Hell yeah.
But just a genuinely 10 out of 10 game, and some of the most fun I've had in a very long time.
Right on.
And it's basically just a movie.
Yeah.
But a movie where you get to control some of the core aspects
great.
of it.
Right.
And it is so fucking good. This Garnt would fucking love this game.
I mean, I've been meaning to play this on
Yeah.
stream when I'm next
This was really
available,
fun.
It's I cannot sing the
Love a
praises
good
of this
story-based game.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see what they do, because if this is their first outing as a studio, I mean, presumably it can only go from strength to strength.
Is the story finished now, or is it... Because Telltale's did episodes.
Yeah,
right?
so the story is finished, but they're saying that there's going to be a Dispatch 2.
Okay.
Don't know what that story is going to be, if it's going to follow the same thing, but it's contained and it's finished.
Okay,
Like, this story is basically done.
Okay.
And it's amazing. Like, I was so thoroughly impressed by every aspect of this game.
Right on.
And I can't sing its praises enough. And it feels like a breath of fresh air.
All right. I'm very excited to play it.
Yeah, and like, gaming has gotten, again, we're spoiled. Gaming has gotten so good.
Yeah.
And I feel like these extremely strong narrative games that really are just movies with slight gaming moments are...
That's just
Yeah.
That's just
I
what
love
live
this
for.
genre a lot.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of them, and I think they are such a treat, and I'm glad that there's another studio now that is still trying to put these really big things going.
Yeah.
I could easily see this being like a franchise of stuff, though. Like, it's such a fun world and cool characters. So, credit to Ad Hoc Studio. Fucking fantastic job. Well done. I'm so excited to see what you guys do next. Amazing game. Final Fantasy Tactics, Evilist Chronicles. Probably my favorite story and writing and dialogue and voice acting in any Final Fantasy game. I've only played 2 games of voice acting in Final Fantasy, but it is genuinely, I think...
I'm so glad you fuck with this game.
This game's amazing.
This is easily my favorite Final Fantasy spin-off game. I think such fun gameplay as well.
I think the story and the writing is the best of any mainline game that I've played so far.
I have to agree. Yeah, it's definitely up there.
Just such a memorable game with such poignant story moments, and also it's aged amazingly. Like, this is a story that is still extremely relevant, especially to today. I mean, it's a lot about the rich versus the poor, the elite versus the working class. The what does it mean to be good? What does it mean to fight? To do nothing? Is that to be a part of it? Is that picking a side? It's such a relevant game in today's society, and I also love strategy games in general, and it's a fantastic fucking system. The job system is one of the best strategy fighting systems I've seen of any game.
Yeah.
I recently played XCOM 2, which maybe is my favorite strategy game of all time. And it's cool comparing the two, because obviously this came out in 1997 and XCOM came out in like 2016.
Yeah.
And seeing the different ways that games handle strategy and top-down kind of battle. It's one of my favorite genres, and interesting to see how insanely flashed out the Final Fantasy Tactics was for the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, when it first came out, this game was so ahead of its
This
time.
would have blown my mind if I was like, well, I was 1 at the time.
Yeah.
I think it would have blown my mind full stop. But if this was my first strategy game, I would have been like, Jesus Christ, how can I play anything else?
I mean, this was the game that got me into the Fire Emblem series. Like, I played this first.
I will say, like, after playing this, it does kind of feel like that at least when you're combating and playing the combat, like the job system is so much more refined as a system than the Three Houses.
Yeah,
like when I played that.
Totally.
But Three Houses' real strength is the multiple dialogue options and the character relationships you build, right? That's the main point of the game. But like seeing the story then with this amazing combat system and really thoughtful job system that kind of really allows you to kind of shape any character you want to be whatever you want them to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
But it has a lot of dated aspects. Like leveling up is really odd. Like you level up based on how many actions successfully you do.
Yeah.
So it's a very weird kind of class and game system to have to use, but still a really fun one.
Right.
And if you want a strategy game and you have a lot of time, highly recommend playing this one. It is, but it's also a game it's a tough game to recommend because the story is so complex and so long that I feel like if you stop playing this game for a week, you'll have forgotten extremely important details. But there's a couple of quality of life changes they added to this game that I'm really enjoying. That I want more games to add this. Games at least that are really complex, which is like they have the lore button on the menu.
Yeah.
Where at any point you can literally look at all the lore, but they also have a timeline and the world map and the characters' faces on them and what they were doing and why. So it was really helpful to kind of be like in between days, just like check what's going on in the story. But highly recommend
they
it.
did that in 13 Sentinels, but it didn't help.
No.
Because that story was so complex.
Ain't no way
Yeah.
you cannot follow. I've forgotten the plot line to that.
Yeah. That's why I had to play that game like 3 days straight.
Yeah,
Because I was like,
yeah.
if I stop
You
for
need to,
one
yeah.
day,
Yeah.
I'm going to forget everything.
Exactly.
Final Fantasy Tactics feels like you have to play this game and this game only until you're done with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it might be tough.
I started playing I got it when the game came out, like the day it came out, and I played it for like a good 4 or 5 hours, and then I got busy and stopped playing it. So I feel like I have to start from the beginning again, even though I already know the story technically. But yeah, I'm just like I don't even know where the fuck I am right now.
You playing the new one?
The new one,
the voice acting is so good in it as well.
Yeah.
The voice acting is a fucking treat.
I'm almost tempted to play it in English because as good as the Japanese voice acting is,
I'd recommend it.
I've heard so many good things about the English voice acting.
I would. I mean, it's set in like the UK.
Yeah. So I feel like settings wise, it makes sense for it to be in English.
It's very reminiscent. I think it's very heavily draws inspiration from the War of the Roses in the UK. So it's very, very similar.
Yeah.
And touches on a lot of the similar themes. So highly recommend it. And then down here I put Soma. And this was a hard one because I wanted to put, there's a couple of games that could have gone here. It could have been Mouthwashing, could have been Soma, a couple of other games, maybe even Look Outside. I played a lot of games, but ultimately for me, I feel like Soma is maybe my favorite story of this year. As like just from a storytelling perspective, it's the one that I've thought about the most.
I still think about it.
I think about Soma a lot, and it's only been like 2 months, but I still think about it very often.
Yeah.
And the implications of that Soma asks and makes you wonder, I think are going to be relevant for an extremely long time.
Yeah.
And only become more prominent and poignant as time go on.
This and Expedition 33 are the 2 games I'm playing this whole season.
I really want you to play it so that we can do like a 1 hour section where we talk about Soma.
Yeah.
One of the best endings in video game, period.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it might be the best.
Yeah, I think it might be the best. It's funny, 2 of my favorite endings of video games of all time are on this list with MGS3 and Soma.
MGS3 is an amazing ending.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? MGS3, in my head, I feel like it ends in the field.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's like there's the whole ocelot fight in the helicopter.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And then you have the sex scene. Which is a pretty good ending. Yeah. And then you have the graveyard, which happens but to me, it's like it feels like it ends in the flower field.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, you have the scene of like, this is the fucking him at the grave. And that's kind of peak. But Soma, I think if you play it, Joe, you'll understand, I think, why I think it's so poignant. But yeah, that ending, I think I'll think about that for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's absolutely fucking genius.
Yep. Well, hope we can catch up in the holiday season, Joe, when you've played both of them. So
I have been lacking in the gaming department this year, so this holiday season is just gonna try and finish as many of these games that I know I'm going to like, and all my friends have been saying are good.
Soma is going to make you really not excited about the future. At least that's how it made me feel. I was like, I hope we never get here.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, here is Garnt.
Yeah, so as I said, this year I had to struggle to find enough things to put on. Just because my attention and time this year was just so skewed towards one project, which was obviously Barn, which was the, biggest project I've ever worked on in my career and my life, I looked back and a lot of my year from like March till the documentary release, it was just like I was having trouble finding a free weekend or free moment.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just, I didn't really watch anything, didn't really play anything, didn't hang out with friends, barely hang out with my wife, but it is out now, obviously. And, I'll just start off talking about that, which is the middle thing. I didn't put Barn because I was just like, I've talked about it a lot. But I don't think I normally put stuff I made on my favorite 3x3s list of the year, but I do think that the documentary I just finished is, as a creator, I think Barn was obviously the biggest ever project I've ever worked on, ever made with a team of people. But as a YouTuber, I rarely say this, but I do genuinely think I've made my magnum opus.
Documentary.
Yeah, it was a great documentary.
Just because it's something, this documentary was something that, unlike Barn, was worked on by myself, Alan, and one other editor. just the pure YouTube team. And it was a fucking mountain to climb to do this documentary. And ideally, we wanted to release it get on the hype of Barn and just release it a week after. And we did not know how much work this was going to take. Until we started working on it. And the release date kept getting delayed to the point where I had to have a meeting with my team just because we were really, really close to burning out.
Right.
They were they felt really bad because they were like, we know we need to capitalize on the hype and, push it to if we want good views and stuff like that. And I sat them down and I was like, guys, okay, I don't normally say this often, but take a break for one, because we all need a break from working on this project. Number two, I don't really care about the views on this. This is something that I feel come into this you have one, opportunity to work on a project this big and this grand. And even if we miss out on the hype of the release, I just want you to make something that we're all proud of. And we're all we can all look at and point at and say, this is the best thing I've ever made in my career.
Hell yeah.
And I think I can proudly say that, I think we achieved that. There is this documentary, is not only it's not only a technical documentary, because I've made technical documentaries before making anime. You have as well, Joey, where we've gone to studio tours and everything like that. We much more approached this as just a narrative journey about what it's like to take on a project this big, and it was much more of an emotional journey as opposed to a technical one. Obviously, there are technical aspects to it. And it's just, there are some things that happened in this year that were just fucking hard. if you've watched the documentary, I don't think there has been any other project where I have laid myself out and just laid myself out as bare as this documentary. And there are certain points in this documentary that I have to just hand off to other people just because it was so difficult for me to revisit some moments that I genuinely could not do it. And I think Alan did an amazing job at distilling what the emotions were like during that time. But
it was really touching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I watched the whole thing and it was
thank you.
It was, I don't know, I was really proud of you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It was awesome to just be there, support my boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because, for the first time in ages, I had to dust off my editing skills. And I edited, a big portion of this documentary myself as well. Because a lot of it is, one thing I learned is like editing documentaries is fucking hard because it's not like we had like over 100 hours of footage and we had to like distill that into a narrative basically. We had so much we needed to cut and it was just piecing together so many different things and having a narrative payoff to each part of the documentary because we split my entire 2-year journey into like different parts, which all have their own like payoff to that part itself, and it has made me understand how difficult it is to make a documentary and actually make a narrative out of life, because I filmed a lot of this not knowing what was going to be in the final documentary. I actually had some people message me to be like, did you fake some of this, like some of the shots here? Because like, how did you know you are going to like, this moment was going to happen? I think there was one moment, which you guys saw in the theater, which, it's like the moment where I find out that Barn was approved. And I had this moment where it all just like sunk in and Didas was like, yo, how the fuck did you know you were going to film a documentary? And I'm like, bro, YouTube brain, man.
Yeah, you just got to film shit.
Film everything.
Yeah.
You're going to pitch it.
Yeah.
So like, why not fucking get the camera out?
Totally.
Yeah. Because I when it got approved, I didn't know I was going to make a documentary, but I was like, this is a pivotal moment. Maybe I should film this just in case.
Yeah, totally.
And there were some moments, obviously, in the year where it was fucking hard to turn on the camera with like some of the stuff that was going on in my personal life. And I've really had to struggle with just like, fuck man, what the fuck am I doing, man? What if I turn on the camera today and this is a reminder that of just like maybe the worst fucking moment of like my life, it was super surreal experiencing that as a creator and just as like the subject of a story in the documentary. But, you guys watch Trash Days, you know how the story ends. And I can safely say that this is the proudest thing I've ever made. It's 2 hours and I treated it like a 2-hour feature length film. It is not a 2-hour YouTube video per se. This is like it is not optimized for YouTube in a way because it's like 2 hours of just me, Alan, and Abby making a film where you have to where we assume the audience would pay attention, because it wasn't second monitor content, which is what YouTube is great for. It is 2 hours of pure, heavy storytelling.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I think it's maybe the best YouTube video you've ever made.
Yeah, and it's not a YouTube video that anyone can make, regardless of how long they've been doing YouTube. Like this is like the culmination of your almost 2-decade-long, YouTube video making career, I think. And it was fucking amazing, man.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen it already, if you have time in the Christmas holidays, it would make me very happy if you go out and watch it.
Go watch it.
I don't think I'm ever going to make or ever going to be able to make a project like this on YouTube ever again. So me and my team poured our fucking hearts and our souls into this, and we are all very, very fucking proud of the final of the final product.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I think this is the first time I put one of my own YouTube videos in my 3x3.
Honestly, based.
Right. So with that out of the way, that is 70% of my year actually done. So I don't know what to start off with. We've already talked about Expedition 33.
Is that screenwriting?
That is screenwriting. So obviously, as an offshoot to Barn, and now that Barn's over, I'm just something awoke with me.
You should really enjoy my screenplays.
You found your new passion.
I just did. Like I'm not even like. It's not even like I want to make another Barn or another project or anything. I can't describe the fucking magic of just having something in your head, whether it be characters or like a story or something, and just being able to realize it physically and just have something that exists. I think that's fucking magical. And that's why it's like working on Barn has completely changed my perspective on like any creative project, right? Because it's, I just think it's fucking cool if you are able to finish a project and, you know, people have like made OCs or like, you know, made original characters or had like concepts for like stories or, you know, concepts for different games or something. But I think there's something fucking magical about someone or a team being able to just complete a project. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end.
It's easy to start it, but it's hard to end.
Yeah.
Totally.
Right. Someone has put out their fully realized vision out there. And it's something that was just formed from imagination. And I just think that's cool as fuck, man. And so I've just been getting into just, you know, screenwriting's one of my outlets, but there's so many different ideas for just so many different things I want to work on, which is not just creating YouTube stuff, but it's just more so creating original stuff that, you know, I really have it. Working on Barn really awoke something in me. I've been writing just a lot of like short stories. Probably will never see the light of day. I don't really care if they ever do. I'm working on another project, which it's a much smaller project than Barn. I'm gonna say that out now. I want to take on something smaller in scale, but that should be out at the end of January, which I'm not going to talk about now, but
talk about it when it happens.
Yeah, I'll talk about it when it happens, but it is, you know, that it is down that kind of path. But in general, I've just had a lot of fun reading other screenplays and just seeing the entire kind of like pipeline of what happens when, you know, another creator, where ideas come from. And I think what I've come to appreciate is just how much a creator puts of themselves into whatever work they make.
Totally.
You know, even if it's a creator that works with a team, you know, it's just everyone puts a little bit of their own experiences, a little bit of their own personality into whatever they make. I think one of my favorite shorts that I've seen recently, which is one that I have like truly related to. I saw like this interview with Quentin Tarantino when he was talking about the making of Inglourious Bastards. And at the beginning, he was like, they could not find the casting for Christoph Waltz's character. I've got the character name, but they were like, we cannot make this film unless we find this character.
Yeah.
And then, unless we find this character, it's not going to be made. Right. And so they go off and they find Christoph Waltz. And once they find Christoph Waltz, it was like, to Quentin Tarantino, it was like, holy shit, this movie is being made. Because seeing Christoph Waltz's portrayal of, I think Landar is the character name.
I think it's Landar.
Yeah. Seeing his portrayal of the character, he said that Christoph taught him aspects of his character that he had no idea about until we saw his portrayal of it. And I saw that interview before I made Barn and after I made Barn. And seeing that after I made Barn, it just, I fucking get what he means so much because, you know,
it's your perception of the character.
It's your perception of the character, and you made the character. I made these characters, but working with other people to actually realize them, it's like it was almost like they were out of my control at the moment. I had an image of the people they were and the characters that they were, and then through every process of this stage,
like the
artwork, the voice acting portrayal, you know, both English and Japanese. It's like every single person that was in that pipeline added a little bit of their own experiences, a little bit of their own self, their own soul into them. That, you know, by the time I got to the final product, I knew this character, but also they were their own separate things. You know? And it's just I just think that's to me, I just think that's so fucking cool that you can make something and you realize it physically, and other people can interact with it and other people can interpret it, and it's just its own thing now. It's out of your control. And I can't begin to describe just how cool that feeling is. And I'm chasing that high again. And that's why this year I've just, found this new passion of just, writing stories. And I want to get better as well, which is why I'm writing not out of any kind of want to, any kind of like feeling that I'm going to turn this into anything. I'm just writing and
just a good outlet.
Just to practice and just to get something physical and get something that I can, tangibly look at. Because I do think with any creative process, unless you finish it, it doesn't exist yet. It's unless you have finished the full stop into like this project has a beginning and an end. In my mind, it doesn't exist until that point.
Totally.
And until it gets to that point, it is just a vague idea. Because once it's realized, once it's finished, then you can look at it and then you could be like, okay, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. I could have learned, you can like refine it and stuff, but you need to get to that finish point with every creative process, which is what I'm trying to do. Just trying to work on like small things, because I'm very, very proud of Barn. I don't think it's the best thing I can do. Now that it's over,
it's just the beginning. Guys.
Now that it's over, I've
just
learned so fucking much.
Yeah,
and I'm fucking proud and I'm fucking happy that I saw this to the end and it's out and people can watch it and judge it. And I'm like, fuck yes, I'm so fucking proud of that.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then the other side of me is just like, shit, man, I can do better. I know I can do better.
I'm sure you'll cook. You always do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But that has been my passion.
Hell yeah, dude.
That I've discovered this year, let's say.
What else?
I will continue to do. So let's talk about the stuff that I've already talked about. Chainsaw Man movie. Best. This isn't going to go on this.
I haven't watched it yet.
But man, Tatsuki Fujimoto is just on some kind of... He has signed his soul to the devil.
He's an alien, dude.
Because everything that he touches has gotten like a AAA adaptation.
Yeah.
And the Chainsaw Man movie, I rewatched it actually, and I fucking never rewatch anime anything.
Yeah.
It was that good.
It was that good. And to me there is one scene in it, because you guys haven't seen it yet. There is one scene in it. My favorite scene in the Chainsaw Man movie is not even an action scene. Obviously, the action is fucking incredible in this movie, but I need to watch it. There is just this one of the most beautiful moments, the most beautiful quiet moments I've seen in anime in a while, that has lived rent-free in my mind since I watched Chainsaw Man, and I wanted to experience it again. And I did so in IMAX. And yeah, he is, it is just an amazing adaptation. Outside of this, I also have been watching Tatsuki Fujimoto 17 to 26 as well.
Oh, the short stories?
Like the anthology of short stories.
Yeah.
They are fucking like going to the bottom of the barrel. Like,
and the bottom of the barrel is still fire.
It's
still gold.
Okay, some of it is fire. Some of it is like fucking weird as fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like watching this. Okay, so what this is, it's like an anthology of short stories that Tatsuki Fujimoto made before Chainsaw Man. So when he was a lot younger. And I felt like, you ever read someone's work and you're like, damn, I feel like I'm learning a lot about you right now. Like your tastes and preferences. Number one, I really, really think he really wants to write a romance.
Yeah.
He really wants to write a romance.
Yeah.
But he's
shackled by action.
Yeah, he's shackled. That I think when he tries writing a vanilla romance, it just never.
Well, I mean, looking like
he can't do vanilla.
Yeah, I mean,
kinky.
There's also like elements, say for example, in like both Look Back and Goodbye Eri, for example, where there are definitely romantic elements that are kind of hinted at
Yeah.
But as soon
Yeah, he
as he
always gets
tries
weird,
to,
bro.
as
Yeah.
soon as he tries to step into that, he always has to throw something where it's like, yeah, but I just can't make it like a meat and potatoes romance.
Yeah.
I gotta do something or add some kind of element to the character of the story where it's just like, you thought it was gonna be a romance, but it's just fucking weird.
Yeah. And it's just like sometimes you read a artist's work and you're just, it's such a like with Kojima that we talked about, where sometimes you just feel like they're just
Such a passion.
such a passion in just inserting their own weird preferences with no care about whether it makes sense.
Yeah.
They're just doing it because they're
Like
just
Quantum with feet, bro.
yeah. Like I'm gonna break down one of the shorts. There's 8 shorts. I'm gonna break down one of these shorts, but I'm just like, sometimes you watch one of these shorts and you're like, damn, you're just a weird guy.
Which one? Because I've read the manga.
You read the manga?
Yeah.
It's the one where there's this guy. Okay, there's this guy who has a crush on his teacher, right? And he's in his room and he has this
I know
crush
exactly
on
what
his
you're talking
teacher, and he's like, damn, she's my goddess, right? And so while in the middle of this classroom, there's a guy like comes in this classroom and he's like a fucking school shooter or whatever.
What?
And then right. And he has this gun in Japan. I don't know how this got his
How the
gun
hell
in
did a kid
Japan.
get a gun in
Yeah.
Japan?
Yeah. No, it's an older guy, right?
Okay.
And it's a guy who used to go to school with the teacher.
Yeah.
Oh
And he's
God.
like, I fell in love with you and you just like ignored me. I can't believe you. And I'm gonna shoot everyone. And the teacher is just like, no, you can do whatever you want to me, but whatever you do, don't do anything to the children.
Yeah.
And so the guys and so the shooter is like, I can do anything. That means I can have sex with you, right?
What the fuck?
And the teacher's like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess so. And so at this point,
You got me. I didn't say anything.
at this point, the kid is like, the teacher's gonna have sex? No, I must stop this. She is my goddess. She can't have sex. And so he like stands up and he's like, Yameno! You must not have sex with the teacher.
I feel like that was like the beginnings of Denji.
Yeah, right?
So what happens?
And so what happens is he tries to convince this school shooter to not have sex with the teacher, right? He's
Sounds
like,
pretty locked into it.
and he's like, bro, I'm from the future, actually. I'm a time traveler.
Oh my God.
I'm the time traveler.
I'm you.
And let me tell you what, and the shooter's like, what is that? Yeah, I know what my future is. I'm gonna get arrested for this. Obviously, I'm gonna go to jail. And he's like, yes, you will get arrested. You go to jail. But you know what? When you're in jail, you're gonna study. And when you study, you're gonna get qualified after you get out of jail, and you're gonna find a job. Desperately trying to convince him, not because he cares about the shooter, but because he doesn't want the shooter to have sex with his teacher.
Yeah.
And so the shooter just fucking like freaks out, fires the gun at the kid, and the kid, Matrix style, just like does this, right? And has this flashback about how the teacher tells him that she's actually a real goddess, right? Has this like Demon Slayer flashback, and then catches the bullet. And then he catches the bullet. Everyone's like, because the name of the short, I can't remember his name, but the name of the short is like, oh, this person caught the bullet.
Yeah.
So motherfucker just catches the bullet, and he's like, yes, I have proved now that I'm a time traveler. I knew the bullet was going to go in that trajectory, and I caught it. And yeah, and
It's awesome.
and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on with your mind, bro? What the? I'm like, this is like the epitome of like never let bro know your next move.
Yeah.
Because you cannot know what like direction he's going to take the story.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel Fujimoto is one of those people who clearly has such a good understanding on like really compelling character writing and just like human psychology, but decides not to lean into it and just goes like, I understand all of this. I'm not going to explore it in any way whatsoever.
What I appreciate is just you just see the rawness in like what he's trying to put into his work, which is why when he eventually gets into like Shonen Jump, I'm like, damn, that editor, that editor's the real go. It's like,
he must have had to rein in some.
He's like holding the shackles back. He's like, calm down, Fujimoto.
Yeah, because Chainsaw Man is also fucking weird.
Yeah,
but there is a fucking, you feel like there is a direction to it. Yeah, it's on rails, and because of that, it's just so fucking good and an absolute fucking masterpiece. And I think we talked before about how at the end of season 1, you know, I was like on the fence. I was like, yeah,
me
cool.
too. I was like,
forgettable. After watching this film, I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking Chainsaw Man fan.
Okay,
like 100% through and through.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
What else? What do you guys?
What's the alien thing?
Yeah, what's the top middle one there?
Top middle one. This. So this I got into indie animation on YouTube quite a lot, and this is a series, a YouTube series called Milky Subway, and it is.
Oh.
Have you heard about it?
I've seen
Japanese or English.
I've seen a little bit of it. Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen them pop up on Instagram.
Yeah. So I don't even know.
Oh, it's got a Hindi dub. Let's go.
I mean, this is kind of like that weird middle ground where it's indie anime, but also it was picked up by some Japanese, I don't know too much about
Shin
it.
A Animation.
Yeah, Shin A Animation, but it's basically mostly made by one guy who served as a lot of the staffing for this project.
Oh wow.
So I don't know what the making of behind the scenes, but this started off as one indie animator who posted this short on YouTube, and I assume he got funding from some Japanese company to make this into a full season. And even then, it's like, I think 12 episodes or something, or 8 episodes.
Like?
10? Is it 10?
12.
12 episodes, but each episode is only 3-4 minutes long.
That's cool.
3 to 4 minutes long, and it all details, it's basically one season, one story arc, where it's just a group of space delinquents that are trapped on this train, and they have to find, trapped on this, galactic express. They're trapped on this train, and they're just figuring out what is going on and why they're trapped on this train. And honestly, it is just the most charming thing I've seen in 2025, because I don't know about you guys. A lot of times I don't find comedy anime funny. Just a lot of their style of humor just doesn't vibe with me. But this has by far some of the best banter and some of the best writing I've seen.
Damn, all in 3 minutes.
Sorry?
All in 3 minutes as well.
Yeah. Well, it's like 3 minutes, but really it's a 30 to 40 minute short film cut up into 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's genuinely just really fucking charming and really fucking funny. It is someone who it is written by someone who obviously knows internet humor, right? So it's not the style of humor you kind of like expect in anime, you know?
Yeah.
One thing that I think they do really, really well is banter. Because sometimes in anime, you know what I mean when you watch an anime,
it's very unnatural,
and it's like person A talks, person B talks, person A talks, person B talks.
Yeah.
Right. This one, the banter feels so fucking organic, and it's something that I'm not used to in Japanese animation. We've seen it before in like Western animation and Western sitcoms, but this one, it's just absolute chaos with people, with all of these like larger than life characters, all these different characters trying to figure out what's going on, and everyone has their own character arc and everything like that. And the banter is just fucking top tier that I was laughing all throughout, like every single episode. There was like something funny that happens. And the character writing was absolutely strong as well, where even though this is like a comedy, I would class this as a comedy animation. Some of the character arcs genuinely like, damn, this hit me.
Oh, okay.
You know, sometimes it throws in some serious messages as well. And I don't know, I wish more comedy anime were this good. And just the fact that this is an indie animation that is free to watch on YouTube, you know, I would class it closer to stuff like you know, something like what Glitch is doing with like Knights of Guinevere.
Yeah.
And I think that YouTube indie animation is going through like a renaissance right now.
Absolutely.
It's cool to see.
Yeah. And yeah, this is one of my favorite things I've watched this year on YouTube.
Oh yeah, dude.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I've seen that Red Devil girl pop up on Instagram Reels so often, and I've always wondered what it was.
Yeah.
Well, now you know.
And now I know. There you go.
Let's go look at the rest of your list.
Yep.
You've got Satellite.
Yeah, what's the top
Lovers.
left?
So top left. So this, I got into a new genre of music this year. It started off with this group, Satellite Lovers. This Sons of 1973. This album got recommended to me on YouTube a while ago, and it just put me down into this rabbit hole of this genre of music, which I didn't know I was craving, but I definitely was craving. It's called Shibuya K.
Oh, Shibuya K.
Yeah. You probably know about this, Joey.
Yep.
But basically, Shibuya K is kind of like if there was a genre of music that encapsulated the brightness and the optimism that I felt during like the 90s. I'd say like the 90s, early 2000s, maybe late 80s as well. That kind of period, because everyone knows about city pop now. City pop has gotten insanely popular.
Yeah.
And this was, I think,
It's like post city pop.
This was post city pop. It was inspired by city pop.
Yeah.
But it has elements of that, but it is definitely its own genre of music. It has like a little bit of like bossa nova in there as well. It's like a little bit more chill, but like Kai, can you search up?
It's got a little bit of like jazz fusion elements to it as well.
Yeah, it's got like jazz fusion elements. Can you search up Goodbye Our Pastel Bridge on YouTube? So I just
Our
Pastel Bridge. Yeah, this one. Just search.
Looks familiar.
Like, I just like this is genre music. You can mute it, but I'm just like, bro, this color palette, this aesthetic,
the sepia tone.
It is ungodly yellow. Holy shit.
I'm just like, damn. This is what listening to this genre of music makes me feel, where it's just the world is just a little bit brighter, a little bit more optimistic, man. Bro, they definitely did not get permission to film on this on this train, man. But it just like this genre of music just encapsulates this fucking time period. That is like, that just doesn't exist anymore, obviously. But just listen. Just listening to Shibuya K just reminds me of just a brighter time and a time it's a very, very fun genre of music. And
take us back.
I think in terms of anime opening, a song that would fit into this genre of music is the Chobits opening. If you remember the Chobits opening, that is Shibuya K.
Oh fuck yeah, that's good vibes.
Yeah. So I obviously can't have you guys listen to any of it since this is a YouTube video.
Go and listen on your own.
Yeah, so highly recommend Shibuya K. You can start down in the same rabbit hole that I did with Satellite Lovers. But honestly, this
Great
entire
band,
genre
man.
of music is just something that I fell into, and I just yearn for a brighter time, man.
Bring back some optimism.
Yearn for a brighter, simpler time, man.
One day.
Bring me back to this.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get back to this one
another
day.
great band. There's a couple of bands that are very much in this same vein as well. I don't know how far you've gone down. But like Yuzu is another great group.
Yeah.
Spitz are another great group as well. Like, it's just, as you said, it's just happy music.
Yeah, it is.
It just makes you feel
sometimes
good.
you just need that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need
It's just
that.
good.
It's just
feel good music.
It's just happy, simple music,
Yeah.
you know?
If you don't have this, you have the whiskey. Was it on your list? That
Oh, yeah. Did you get into drinking?
the follow up? Like
this
Yeah. So this was me just like what did I get into this year? And of course there was another outside of Barn, the biggest thing that the biggest event I was involved in this year was I hosted a family reunion with my family. And we hadn't seen each other in, I think, about like 15 to like between 15 and 18 years.
Damn.
That my entire family had not gathered together again. And I sorted out this big family reunion where I got to, I got to meet my cousins, my aunties and uncles, some who I hadn't seen in like a decade. Some family members had never seen each other, period. That was how big this family reunion was. And I remember having this moment. This year I turned 35. I turned mid-30s, which
Congrats.
Congrats, old man.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're almost 40.
Thank you very much. And this last day of this family reunion, it was just me and my older cousin, who's basically my older brother at this point. Grew up with him. And he was like, "What do you want to drink?" And I was like, maybe I have a wine or a beer or something. And he's like, nah. It's time.
You want to?
All right, it's time. Because he's married to a Scottish person.
Okay.
So he's like, no. We're not drinking any of that baby shit today. Brings out a whiskey, and I'm like, oh, fuck it. Are you serious? Okay, fine. And I was like, can I get it with ice? And he's like, no.
Oh my
God.
God.
We're doing
Straight.
We're doing it straight. We're doing it straight. He was very drunk at this point, by the way. And he was definitely imposing his influence over me. so he brings out a whiskey. It's a Scotch of some kind, and he's just like, he pours me a glass. And I remember just like having this first sip, and I'm just like, why does this not taste awful? I'm like,
yeah,
it's time.
I'm like, shit. Is this what happens? You hit mid-30s, and you're like,
you have to keep just trying it until it tastes good.
You just need that one person in your life who's just adamant in you being like, nah, give it another go.
Yeah, and
give it
you
another
know
go.
what? Maybe it was just the vibe of that night, because it was a very emotional night, you know, getting to spend time with like my family and personally I love the, like, you know, people I care about the most. But just I just remember that night, and he literally slides over the glass to me and I just you're just like, okay, I'm doing this for my bro. I'm doing this for my bro to show my support.
Sure.
And just taking that first sip, and just there are moments in your life where you feel your brain chemistry changing. That was one of those moments. I just remember taking that first sip, and I was like, why is this not like
Disgusting.
any other sip I've taken of whiskey in my life?
Right place, right time.
And now I am chasing that fucking high again.
Oh.
See, I was when
Hope you find it.
When I first saw this 3x3 and I saw, you know, the Barn documentary, and then I saw whiskey, I was like,
Yeah,
oh
that
god,
makes
is this like Garnt's like tortured poet's demise? Like he's like, I just started drinking, trying to get through this work.
That's
like,
how we know he's gonna make the most fire shit.
yeah. It's like I just imagine Garnt at like 2 a.m, like head in hands, just being like, I need a whiskey. So I'm glad it's more positive.
I realized it looked like that.
Yeah.
From like I was like, yeah.
It's like screenwriting, whiskey.
Damn, I got into screenwriting and whiskey at the same time. Fuck, that's like.
And should be okay. It's just like,
Good.
it's like, bro's going through some shit.
I'm like, shit, this is a righteous 3x3.
Yeah.
It's like next is gonna be like a fucking Marlboro Red,
Marlboro Red.
or some shit like that. That's gonna be like next year's 3x3.
Just gonna have like Miyazaki. Like,
Yeah.
He's gonna be him smoking.
It's just,
This country's gone to shit.
yeah. But the problem is, I don't want to tell anyone that. Well, it's too
got
late
into
now.
whiskey,
Because like,
You sound like you're an alcoholic.
not that I'm into, not like I sound like an alcoholic, but I'm afraid that people are gonna get me whiskey as like gift, which is
Yeah,
like,
go on, join the club.
which is fine, you know, because I do like whiskey. I will appreciate it.
Yeah.
But unlike a bottle of wine, you're like, okay, this gift is gonna last a day. Whenever I choose to open it.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Like I'm not enough of an alcoholic to be like, shit, I'm gonna get through this. Like, give me a few days. And
Bro, I've got like 4 bottles of whiskey at home, not even open yet. I'm just waiting for the time to be like, I need to gather some people. I'm not gonna make it through this myself.
I've got like one of every drink in my house that I just haven't touched because I just don't drink at home.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I've got every type of alcohol you'd ever want. Never using it.
I'm just like, please come over. I need to empty these out.
But the problem is, no one drinks whiskey.
I drink whiskey.
No one drinks. Well, like no one's at a party and like,
sure.
No, that's true. Yeah,
this whiskey is just like it's a vibe drink.
You need to go to an establishment as well. I feel like a whiskey bar. I feel in order to like actually have a proper time with whiskey.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's next on your list?
What's next?
Well, I see Dexter there.
Yeah, I was like struggling to
OG
find
series or the new one?
Huh?
The OG series or the new one?
So Dexter, I ended up rewatching a lot of Dexter this year, but I will 100% say it was mostly second monitor content. This was the shit I just put on in the background because I'd already watched Dexter before.
Yeah,
right,
it's fine if it's second monitor
Yeah,
content.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You've watched it.
Yeah.
I've already watched it. And Dexter was just, man, I am so susceptible to advertising and whatever because I think I just kept getting recommended Dexter clips just on shorts randomly.
It's a good show.
And I think it's because like the memes for Dexter have resurfaced this year.
Yeah. Also, the new season apparently is amazing. It's like 9.1 on IMDb.
Really? I haven't gotten up there yet.
Yeah, there's like the brand new series where he's like pretend to be young or something. It looks really funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Dexter New Blood?
Yeah, it's like sitting at like a fucking 9.
I haven't seen a single episode.
It's very good.
Yeah.
One of the like classic era box sets.
Yeah. I know a lot of
I think
people
it's
who like
no,
it.
not this one. I think it's a different one. Different Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's from 2022.
It's like the original sin.
Original Sins.
Oh, it might be Resurrection. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
9.1 on IMDb
Damn.
with
Holy shit.
100,000
Damn.
reviews.
All right.
Damn.
Like, kind of crazy to see him kind of come back and just crush it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
God damn.
I want to watch it because apparently it's godlike. So
Well, I will get there soon, I guess. I'm working my way through all the seasons. And I forgot how genuinely good the first 2 seasons were.
He's amazing. Yeah.
Like the first 2 seasons were like fucking peak television.
I think my favorite season is the one where John Lithgow is the psychopath. He's very good. I think it's season 4.
Who can you search up his
John Lithgow Dexter? Just type in.
I love John Lithgow, man.
He's very good in Dexter.
Oh, I think it's season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
season is probably my favorite season.
Yeah,
Arthur
he has a very, very good. He was a very, very good villain as well.
He's just a great actor.
Yeah, I mean, his
Crazy
character. Yeah, his character. He's like, because he plays one of the villains. Every season in Dexter has a villain that gets played, and his is a serial killer, similar to Dexter. But his whole spiel is that he is also living a normal life as well, and he has found balance between living a normal life and serial killing, right? Which is what Dexter yearns for because
he's like Kira.
I guess a little bit more
You
fucked
should
up than
watch it.
Kira.
Okay, I didn't watch
Do you know the concept of Dexter?
Not at all.
The concept of Dexter is essentially Dexter is a serial killer, but he only kills people who deserve it. Most of the time, it's like other serial killers or other things as well.
Right.
And the reason he's like that is because he has always had this urge to kill since he was like a young kid, right? And his dad, who is a cop, found out about his like urge to kill, right?
Right.
So instead of, reporting him or whatever, his dad teaches him how to like commit like the perfect crime so that he can like kill without being caught.
Right.
One of his main rules is like, whatever you do not get caught. But rule number 2 is just like, before you kill anyone, like make sure that they deserve it. Make sure that they are someone who actually has fallen through the cracks of the justice system.
Yeah.
Because the reason his dad taught him was because he was a cop, and there were a lot of people who he felt were free and out roaming that didn't deserve that.
Right.
So,
cool.
It's worth checking out.
Yeah,
okay.
definitely worth checking out.
Okay.
And I would say that the first 2 seasons are fucking fantastic. They both have amazing villains and some really interesting characters as well. Like probably the character you've seen is Dokes, who is the black police officer who
all the memes of him.
All the memes.
Which one?
You know the one where he's like in his car and he's like
oh, that guy.
Yeah.
He's Dexter, and the
He's
one who's
Dexter.
like surprise motherfucker.
Surprise motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of him.
Okay.
Yeah, he is one of the main characters in the early seasons of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric King. Yeah,
Eric King. Yeah, I don't know why this got a resurgence this year.
I think maybe the show and other things too, but yeah, I think hey, good for him.
And I think because of the memes, I just started rewatching Dexter again. And you know what? I don't know if I would recommend it. That's the problem. You know?
If you want a classic box set shows, we call them like a Prison Break or 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one to jump into.
Because it's just like it's funny because I know a few people this year that has gotten back into the box set era, but just watched stuff on second monitor.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard that Didus watched all of the Sopranos second monitor?
Yeah, he
recently. And I'm like,
is that a second monitor type of show?
Not really.
Not really. But Sydney has been watching King of the Hill second monitor.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I've been watching. To be fair, the reason I watched Dexter was because I was like, there's
the shorts, man. The shorts got
the shorts just get me with because there are so many fucking there are so many fantastic moments of Dexter, but holy shit, the box set era of TV, I could not stand today because there is so much fluff. There is so much
There's
like
a lot of fluff.
Yeah, nowadays I think I've just taken for granted just how fast it takes to get to the point of a TV show and how fast it is to get to that hook. And every episode builds on the previous episode. And going back to this box set era and especially revisiting a series I've already watched, I'm like, holy fucking shit, man. Just get to that moment I want to revisit in that short. Just please get to that moment because, I ended up watching the first few episodes of that new Vince Gilligan TV series.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic. And it
Gets to the point right away.
Gets to the point right away. And every episode I've watched builds on a new idea, a new conflict. And damn, watching Dexter Pluribus, this is just like great fucking TV. And then going back and watching Dexter as well, I'm just like,
takes a while.
I'm like, I don't actually feel guilty to have a second monitor.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Fair enough.
All right, and your final one?
And my final one, just because I try to not put anime on this, because I try not to spoil my best of anime 2025. To Be Hero X, my Chinese animation of the year.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. I'm a little bit biased. Because
you met the bloke.
I met the creator, and he's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll talk about it more in depth. On your best of anime.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. Should you recommend it?
So let me tell you on why it is very, very interesting. I'll give you two pieces. Number one, it is a superhero. It is a superhero world, and it is a superhero world through the lens of, I guess, China. But it has a very unique power system where the power system is based on influence. So it is a world where influencers are superheroes, right?
Okay.
So the more that, it's not even about social media followers per se, but the more
social influence.
Yeah, the more people believe in you and want to like cheer for you. It's almost closer to idols, right?
Okay, yeah.
The more people want you to succeed, the more power that you get within this world, and the more that manifests into different powers. Right. And the really interesting thing about this world is that you see how fickle that can be with just not just like influencing, not just like, how many followers does someone have, but how quickly can influence like Peter and fall, depending on public perception.
Totally.
And just how much like one like dodgy article or one bad rumor can be spread around you, you know? And how easy it is for people to move on to the next hero and find new heroes, right? Because this entire world of 2B Hero X follows different heroes, the top 10 heroes of this world, and like how they came to be like the top 10 heroes, right? And it takes place in like different timelines, following different characters that all like converge by the end. And I just found that really, really interesting, not only as someone who is, you know, a creator, influencer, that was, I thought it was a really interesting power system, but just a very unique spin on the superhero genre as well. And the second thing is that it has by far some of the most insane fucking animation.
I've seen clips.
Have you seen clips?
Yeah, I've seen clips.
So
fucking insane.
A lot of it boils down to the number one hero, which is named X. And bro, every time he appears on screen, it is
Aura.
it is number one aura, but some of the coolest sequences of animation that you've seen, because his power, right, is that every time he clicks his fingers, he basically changes animation style.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Yeah, so
cool.
So during his fights, Kai, can you it's better, it's easier to show you as opposed to as opposed to just describing. But every time he clicks, he changes animation style. And so in universe, it's kind of like him changing dimensions. I'm not too sure if it's like properly explained.
Right.
But it's some of the coolest, you know, action animation and action choreography I've seen in an animated TV series. Just like conceptually and conceptually, it's really, really cool. But to see it actually be executed on a level, and not in like a Spider-Verse like level budget, I'm just like, holy shit. Meeting the creator, I was lost for words.
That's just fucking sick.
Yeah, let me show you one of the scenes.
Yeah.
Kai, can you maybe go on my Twitter, because I retweeted it a while ago, of like one of the scenes. Because if you need a reason to watch 2B Hero X, just watch some of the.
2022.
Why is this 2022?
Oh, it's because you're not logged in.
Oh shit! You have to log in.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Weird.
Okay.
I mean,
never mind.
that's fine.
Never
'Cause, I
mind.
mean, we have audio listeners anyway, so it's not a big deal. We'll watch it.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
And thanks for showing us your 3x3. I think we've been recording for a while. How long have we been going for?
Oh,
my
oh,
God.
shit. That's
Okay.
a while.
All right.
We just
Okay.
can't stop talking about the things
Look,
we
there's
love.
a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things to like.
That is.
But there you go.
let us know down
That
below.
was my 3x3.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
No worries, man.
And that was our favorite things of 2025. And hey, look at all these patrons. I hope
Our favorite things of 2025.
Yeah, these are also our favorite things of 2025. All of you who supported us for this year. I believe there's one other episode after this before we wrap up the new year. But until then, what you can do is head on over to our Patreon, because not only will you be supporting us into the new year, but also you'll have an entire year's worth of Patreon exclusive content that you guys can go check out right after this one. We have a brand new one that you can go check out. Mudan, play a clip of that.
You often end up doing what?
You often end up doing things at the last possible moment.
I was wondering why you were looking at me. I thought it was just like the past one, like emotional arguments. I was just like, yo, if that was true, this would be like every trash taste would be like, Connor, I agree with you. Connor
starts crying.
I'm
Yeah,
just
like,
saying.
no. I'm just saying.
This next one is fucking pinnacle Garnt.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Whoa.
No, I agree with that.
There's a bigger agree.
There's
a bigger
There's a
agree,
bigger
Garnt.
one.
No. I would agree, you know, that, you know, in some shape or form, you know, you enjoy ethical dilemmas. Yeah, I like that philosophy and shit, right? It's just Just philosophy
Plato's
and
and
shit.
shite.
Plato and shit.
But hey, if you want to check that out and support the show in the process, head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And let us know in the comments what your favorite things were of 2025. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.